Wisconsin, and Northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional Health Center coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Faust Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Bytech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hernson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Good evening and welcome to Murphy Field in the Dr. Style Sports Tower on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. It is the WIAA Division 7 Level 2 playoffs. The number 1 seed Blackhawk Warren Warriors taking on the number 5 seed Cashton Eagles. Welcome to our broadcast with Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy, Ryan Murphy with stats, Arena Satterley with stats. I'm John Satterley, and coach here this evening in our Raleigh Cheese pre-game show. It feels good to be back at Murphy Field in the Dr. Stiles Tower.
You can say that again, John. You know, it's been a while, you know, but nothing has changed. You know, it's still a highlight to be there, you know, and we're facing an old nemesis that's been gave Blackhawk and the people in the Six Rivers some problems, you know.
Oh, absolutely. The Scenic Bluffs always seems to give the Six Rivers problems, and once again, a team that, you know, had to win on the road, they're going to have to continue to do it again here against the number 1 seed, against the number 2 ranked team. I think the last check they were number 3 at the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, but then they defeated the Potosi-Cassville squad, and that they were 2. Blackhawk Warren was 3. They never had a Week 9 coaches poll on boundwisconsin.com. So I would assume the Blackhawk Warren Warriors did not overtake Kenosha St. Joe's because the pollsters are in love with them. Yeah. The Blackhawk Warren is a solid number 2 in the state of Wisconsin, and they're going to have to improve on their performance from last week against the River Ridge Timberwolves, where they had an 8-6 win, where it was an absolute stalemate. But that's what happens when you have 2 longtime conference foes.
Yeah, they knew each other to a T, you know. And, you know, I always felt that the Six Rivers never got the respect, John, that they probably should, you know. I mean, you look at Potosi-Cassville last year, you know, the nice run they made, you know. It always seems that somebody from the Six Rivers, if they get into the playoffs, they end up doing pretty doggone good. And I just thought, you know, that the Warriors never got the respect maybe they deserved. Okay.
Absolutely, and that's one thing, talking with head coach Desi Braden. By the way, again, for our listeners, if you hear me start calling you the Godfather, that is from head coach Desi Braden. You know, the field is named after you. The way, you know, you said not much has changed. This view has changed with the remodeling that was done with the referendum at Blackhawk School District. Seeing the tailgating almost on the other side of the field instead of a ball diamond there, it feels almost more like you're in the city than you feel like you're at Murphy Field with the baseball diamond before, with the kids playing behind. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they were able to spend a little bit of money on upgrades to a long-standing facility that stands for excellence.
Well, you know, the thing that hasn't changed, you know, John, as I'm going on, is what we're looking at right now. You know, the field.
Yes.
And the teams. You know, they come out of the locker rooms, they get on the field, and they play football. And you know, that hasn't changed. But, yeah, you look beyond the field, a lot of things have changed.
A few things have, but again, the only thing that you can guarantee is change. Just the one thing that is almost guaranteed. This is our pregame show on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, presented to you by Raleigh's Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, live and archived coverage, is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, and Laley Center of Monroe. Let's take a look at the coin toss presented to you by the People's State Bank. Cashton won the toss. They defer to the second half. So the Warriors will get the ball first, and they'll be able to try to get something going here this evening. First drive, which, again, the Warriors, they were able to stop River Ridge last week on the 1 yard line, go 99 yards for a touchdown. River Ridge answers. The only difference was a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
But then it was a stalemate. The Warriors are going to have to do more than that. But Cashton's defense has been able to be absolutely stifling this season, only allowing roughly 10 points per game.
Yeah, I look at them, they're kind of a replica of the Warriors. They like to run the football, okay? As far as the team goes, as far as rushing, they end up 2,258 yards, okay? Now, the Warriors, you know doggone well that they run the football, okay? And they end up 2971.
Almost
so they're
3,000 yards.
So they're both in the 2,000 plus range, okay? And I think Cashton has some balance running the football. They have, this Christensen, Jack Christensen. He's a junior, and he's their leading rusher, but he's only got 847. Now, the reason I say only 847, because Woodworth up here, he's pretty doggone good as far as running the football, and he's got, I'm checking my stats here. He's got 1,132 yards. So he's got a few, okay?
Right.
And the second guy is Paquin, very good runner, quarterback, 776. And same thing with Cashton. They have a kid that has 332 yards, this Laufenberg. So they got two good running backs. So I think some of the key, John, in this game is up front.
Absolutely. That's one thing that you always want to not talk about, even though we're following the ball, but you don't want to be talking about the line, because if you are, usually it's a holding penalty, and usually it's a false start. You don't want to be talked about if you're on the line. It is one of the most thankless positions, but if it isn't for them, you don't see nearly 3,000 yards rushing for the Warriors. You don't see Cashton with over 2,000 yards, averaging over 220 yards per game. Blackhawk Warren averaging nearly 300 yards per game on the ground. But one thing that's going to be very interesting here tonight, Coach, in our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, is going to be the element of the passing game. I have a feeling that is going to be something we need to watch, as both teams are right around that 60, 70 yards per game range. So they're not lighting up the airways here. Going to be doing that at Murphy Field, but one or two plays could be the difference in this game, just to be able to make that defense honest.
Well, as far as Cashton goes, yards passing, they have 778 yards passing with 8 touchdowns, where the Warriors, they've had 9 touchdowns and basically yards 564. So it's even, but you just have the feeling sometimes that, the other team can pass the ball a little bit better than when they have to, okay? So we'll see what happens, as far as the passing game goes. That's Van Rallicke.
Van Ralt.
Yeah, he's had 9 touchdowns, John. 508 yards.
Am I seeing that right, Coach? That basically 2/3 of the time he touches the ball, he gets a touchdown?
There you go. There you go.
So that basically is the Warriors are taking the field here at Murphy Field. This is WIAA Division 7 Level 2 coverage on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel with Hall of Fame Coach Dennis Murphy. I'm John Satterley, and I want to make sure I mention this. And because one thing that always gets forgotten here at Murphy Field, they've done a great job of labeling it and honoring you and your legacy with this football program, but also honoring the legacy of Dr. Stiles. This is the Dr. Stiles Sports Booth. I know that. You know that. The label is no longer here. Something that just still needs to be reversed, and I'm not going to be afraid to say something about it just because you don't take somebody's name off of something that meant so much to a school district for so many years.
You're right, John. And I remember when Dr. Stiles was a team doctor, I knew he came off of a bus and had to give himself, after the game, a shot because he had diabetes. And it ended up doing him in. And I agree, to take it off was not right. And even though the young kids here don't know him, there's a lot of adults that do.
And I did not get a chance to have him here myself, but I remember coming out here for gym class. I remember coming out here to football games and baseball games and always seeing Dr. Stiles Sports Tower right across the building. It now says Black Hawk Warriors, which there's nothing wrong with honoring the school, but still honor the man behind the name and still holding on that legacy.
I agree, John. You said it right there, and I'm glad you did, okay?
I'm not good for much, but, every once in a while, maybe a nugget will pop around. I was talking with head coach Desi Braden as we're getting you set up for the WIAA Division 7 Level 2 playoff action between the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, the number 1 seed, the number 5 seed Cashton Eagles on the Raleigh Cheese pre-game show. And, Coach, one thing looking at this field, the Warriors with newer jerseys the last couple of years, they have really gone to the white numerals, which they really pop. These jerseys look sharp, and this is part of our colors of the game, presented to you by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. The black jerseys, the black pants, the red pinstriping, the orange pinstriping, the black helmets with the white feathers with the red and orange tips. This is a very, very sharp look for the Warriors.
You're right, John. I mean, they stand out, and a lot of teams, when you cover them, their number blends in with their jersey, and it's really hard to tell. But this is an exception, and that's why maybe the Warriors are always up there on top. They always look for the best.
Always. And then you have the Cashton Eagles. If you look at the helmets, their colors are maroon and white, and their helmets, the eagle looks similar. If you're from the Blackhawk Warren area, looks like the Barneveld Golden Eagle. If you go, and plus the Philadelphia Eagle. That's the logo basically on the helmet. Very sharp with the maroon look. And their jerseys, their road jerseys, white pants with maroon striping on either side. And their jerseys almost look like throwbacks. They've got the maroon numbers on the front and back. It says Cashton in maroon. They're white jerseys, but then there's a stripe on the shoulder pads with the 2 white stripes. It's all maroon.
Right.
It almost looks throwback to the 1970s, maybe even older than that. Very sharp look for the Cashton Eagles. Yeah,
you're right, John. And I guess maybe I'm more aware of their colors because, like I told you at the beginning of the broadcast, Cashton was not nice to us.
What team was ever nice to you, though, Coach?
No, and if it wasn't them, it was DeSoto, their neighbor, So, but that was a good rivalry, John, and they were always very, very, very competitive.
Coming up here in our Raleigh Cheese pre-game show, we'll talk about our turf and weather report presented to you by Dewey's Tire Repair. We are in the Dr. Stiles Sports Tower. This is our Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. The Ayers Furniture, best seat in the house, downtown Ridgeway, for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. Back with more of your Raleigh Cheese pregame show after this timeout. WIAA High School Football lives here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
You guys just didn't want it enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play, that my worth isn't determined by my performance, that even on my worst day, I am worthy, that you see me learning, growing, and doing my best, and that is enough.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. WIAA Division 7 Level 2 playoff action. The Blackhawk Warren Warriors hosting the Cashton Eagles with Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy, with Ryan Murphy, Arena Satterley. I'm John Satterley, and this
South 78 Radio
right here. This is what is going on. Of course, I have to have all the buttons going off, Coach. Welcome to craziness on the YouTube Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, but that kind of does sum up, Coach, how you and I have operated now since 2007, broadcasting games.
Yeah.
We have fun with it. We'll have a smile. We'll have a laugh. Especially when we talk about your golf game, asking how that went. But I heard you're also hunting as well this past week.
Right.
How did that go for you?
Well, let's put it this way. I've seen some, and right now they're in rut, okay?
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking forward to getting out there again now, and that to me is fun.
Uh-huh.
I love sitting in the tree and, and watching things happen, So one of these days I may give you a call and tell you, there's one in my locker, all right?
There we go. I like the sound of that. Hey, nothing beats good venison, especially venison jerky. You're making me hungry. We always have that with our ads, that we've had over the seasons. And one thing looking at the officials on the field, the man with the white hat tonight, Bob Boyle, I tell you, you're going to have a very well-officiated game when he is the white hat, and you expect nothing less for a WIA game, and Bob Boyle being the lead of this crew.
Right, yeah. He's a neighbor of mine, and, I didn't get a chance to talk to him before the game because, I had a little something in my pocket for him, that might help him out, after the game. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, he's very good, very, very good.
You're trying to help him from have that conversation of who's going to buy afterwards? Is that what you're trying to do? That's all it was, so that way we can get the game over with and everybody move on?
There you go. Yeah. Push it along, Bob.
That it is. So again, we're getting everybody set up. Let's take a look a little bit at the brackets for this Division 7 road to Camp Randall Stadium that ends on November 20th at 10 a.m. Well, right now, level 2 action, Blackhawk Warren hosting number 5 seed Cashton. The winner of this game will face the winner of Potosi Cassville at Johnson Creek. That also is on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. So we will have our shoebox scoreboard updates with Potosi, Cassville, and Johnson Creek. And, Coach, that one I really think could be maybe the game of the night. I'm not saying this one doesn't have a potential of that, but you look at Johnson Creek. You also look at Potosi Cassville. Both teams ranked in the top 10, a level 2 action. This is not an easy road to Camp Randall Stadium.
No, I look at this as pretty doggone tough, John. And, as far as this bracket goes, I don't think we've ever had that the Six Rivers has ever, and I'm not blowing their horn, but never an easy road. Okay. Now I look at some teams that are being played in the next level, and they're playing teams in their conference. 3 of them. So I just question the validity of some of these. But like they say, you got to beat them if you got to if you want to be there. Okay.
Absolutely. And lower on down the bracket, Kenosha St. Joe's, they are hosting Crivets, and Coleman is at Roncalli. On the other side of the bracket, number 2, Hilbert, that game is in progress right now on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our own Rob Spangler is there on 97.7 Country WGLR. They are hosting Seneca Wazeeka Steuben, and that is a team in Seneca Wazeeka Steuben. If they made it to state, it would not be surprising. They gave the Blackhawk Warren Warriors fits. They gave Potosi Cassville fits. Now they get a chance to see somebody other than the top of the Six Rivers Conference, and I think they might be one of the most dangerous teams that is in the Division 7 field.
They had potential, all during the year. And I remember back, a few years back, John, when Seneca went to the state.
Yes.
The next year, they could not field a team.
I remember that, yes. That seemed like it was so long ago, but it wasn't really that long ago.
Right. And I see they're back in the hunt right now, along with a couple of co-op teams. So
absolutely. Let's go ahead and give you your turf and weather report presented to you by Dewey's Tire Repair for all of your farm, auto, and truck tire sales service needs. The best place to take a leak, it's Dewey's Tire Repair, Platteville. You could not ask for a better evening. Upper 40s, a light breeze from the west. It is overcast, guys, but it is dark. The lights are in full effect. And the field looks to be in immaculate condition here at Murphy Field with the numbers, that we have now, the hash marks too. That's why we say some things have improved. When we had to guess what yard line it was. No guessing now. It is absolutely beautiful with Warriors in the outline in the end zone too.
Right.
So that is your turf and weather report presented to you by Dewey's Tire Repair. We gave you your colors of the game. Let's go ahead and give you your starting lineup presented to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. First for the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, Bo Podner. He is the quarterback, a junior wearing number 3. Shane Wand is a wide receiver, a senior, wearing number 4. Jackson Burgett, number 5, a senior that's 6 foot tall, a wide receiver. Trent Bidlingmeyer, he is a junior wearing number 11. Also will be in there starting 2. On defense will be Brody Argle, another Argle coming through the ranks. Jacob Woodruff, he will be the running back wearing number 14. He is a senior. Justin Patton is a running back. He's a senior wearing number 15. Bryce Van Ralt, he is a senior, 6'6", tight end, number 16. Dax Packin, he is a sophomore, 6 foot tall, wearing number 34. Riley Borquin, he's wearing number 50 this evening. He's a senior, 6 foot tall. Spencer Hayes-Scadam, wearing number 58. He is the right guard, 6'4", senior. Jonathan Heller is a 5'11" junior wearing number 59. Aiden Mosley, number 68, wearing 6'2", and a sophomore, and Cole Dunleavy is wearing number 70, a 6'3" junior. There is size on this Warrior line. Let's go ahead and give it to our public address announcer right now.
Your attention to the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Tonight performed by the Blackhawk and Warren High School pep bands.
national anthem performed by the Blackhawk and Warren Pep bands. Here on the far side of the field, kind of a little hard for us to hear the Dr. Style Sports
And
booth.
now let's meet our team.
That's not hard to hear. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups now for the Cashton Eagles. Wearing number 7, a 6-foot junior, Jack Christensen. Wearing number 17, we're going to be calling his name a lot, I have a feeling, Parker Milsna. He is a 5'8 senior. Wearing number 20, Owen Von Ruden, 5'9 senior. Wearing number 21 is Drew Butzler. He is a 5'11 senior. Connor Brugan, he is a 5'11 sophomore wearing number 45. Brent Hermersbach is a sophomore wearing number 50. Kalen McCrack is a senior wearing number 55. Number 62 is Dylan Heft. He is a 5'10 senior. Number 70, Tucker Menzinski is a 5'7", 280-pound senior. Number 72 is Mitchell Simonson, is a senior, 6'2", 220. And Rory Milsna, 5'10 senior wearing number 81. That is your starting lineups presented to you by Fuller's Milker Center. Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Lancaster, Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. And we're broadcasting from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Injury reports presented to you by Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Coach, I really haven't heard anything when it comes to injuries for either sideline. We don't see anybody out here on crutches.
No.
So you have to say for game number 11 of a high school football season, the best that could be expected for both teams is happening right now.
Yeah, everybody's healthy, John, and ready to go, and that's the way it should be. So the field conditions are in great shape. The wind is blowing a little bit from the north to the south. That'd be to our right, to our left. So I don't think it'll be a big factor. So we'll see what the Warriors do on their first time at kickoff.
Yep. And we've got everything going now. The huddle is up live. We've got the video, we've got the audio, we've got the Hall of Famer, Coach Murphy, with the Godfather, Coach Murphy. We got to make sure we go by Desi's name on that. Coach, go ahead and move over here a little bit more. You don't need to be right on the wall. The Warriors will go left to right as we see it. Cashton going right to left. Again, it almost looks like numbers with the striping. I almost said number 11 is kicking. But here is the opening kickoff. It is a high end-over-end kick that will be fielded at the 10-yard line. Up to the 15, to the 20, far side of the field, to the 25. And that's about as far as the Warriors will go. First and 10 for the Warriors. 8 seconds gone by here in quarter number 1. Just underway at Murphy Field. Glad you could join us on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. If I do slip up and say South 78 Radio, I do apologize, because this is the entire team we've had for many, many years, and now we bring it to Queen Bee Radio. So now the Blackhawk Warren Warriors will go on offense. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. First and 10 for the Warriors. And it will be a handoff up the middle. Still some running room to the 30, to the 35. Still grinding to the 40. First and 10 for the Warriors. That is a Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty first down after the gain on the play of 17.
That ball carried by Woodruff. He is averaging 6.9 yards per carry, and he has 1,132 yards for the season. But for a game, he averages 113.
Potter is underneath center. He has split backs behind him. Hand off to the first man through on the left side. That is Woodruff. He will work his way to about the 41, maybe 42-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
You know, this is an interesting game because, you know, it's a different team from a different conference. And I just wonder how many times they've seen the Veer attack, you know, in their conference. So this may be something entirely new to them, so they may have to adjust to it.
Second down and 8 for the Warriors. Ball at their own 42-yard line. 1 minute gone by here in quarter number 1. Handoff left side. That's Woodruff. He's got running room. He's to the 50. Bounce outside 45. He'll work to the 43-yard line. Another first down for the Blackhawk Warren Warriors. The Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
This is one of their keys, John, is running that veer either inside or outside. That time they went a little bit outside because they're pinching down, and Woodworth has so far been having a pretty good first quarter.
So far, really a successful drive here, the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, right in front of our vantage point here in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. First down and 10. It'll be a quarterback keeper. He's to the 40. He's to the 35. He's to the 30. He's to the 25-yard line. Inside the 23 to the 22-yard line. Bo Podner with another Warrior first down. A Sullivan Auctioneer and Big Iron Realty first down for the Warriors.
That was the inside veer run to the left side, and Podner just pulled it out. You know, you can see that quick dive, and sometimes you get hypnotized by it, and that's what happened. Podner just pulled it out and kept it for a nice game.
That was a 21-yard run as we are approaching the Bitech green zone. Ball is going to be spotted at the 22-yard line. First and 10 Warriors. Woodruff up the middle. He will work his way inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Right now the Cashton Eagles are in a 5-man front. So I wonder how long they'll stay in that straight 5. So usually teams will make that adjustment as the game goes on.
The Warriors have entered the red zone. For us, it's a Bitech green zone, a greener way. Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Second down and 7 for the Warriors. Ball just inside the Cashton 20-yard line. Podner is underneath center with split backs behind him. He will keep it himself inside the 15. He works his way inside the 13 toward the 12. It looks like it's going to be just shy of a Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty first down. Depends on the spot. Warriors are signaling first down. And they are moving it. It is a Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty first down after the gain of 7.
The Warriors right now are attacking their offensive left side.
First and 10 for the Warriors inside the Bitech green zone. Handoff. Woodruff inside the 10, inside the 5, near the goal line. He will be down to the 1. Huge run on the play of 12 yards for another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
One thing I'm seeing right now is the offensive line for the Warriors is taking charge. They are winning the line of scrimmage. So unless Cashton can stop that, you know, their drive is going to keep going forward.
First and goal for the Warriors. Ball is at the 1-yard line. Podner underneath center. Split backs behind him. Cashton trying to jump. It'll be a handoff left side. Woodruff toward the goal line. Touchdown, Warriors! That is a Northland Buildings touchdown. 1-yard slam by Jacob Woodruff. And it's 6-0 Warriors with 8:12 to play in quarter number 1.
That is huge, John, when you can come out of the gates and score on your initial drive. And they did not have a penalty. And that's been their bugaboo this year, is they'll get something going, and then they'll run into some penalties. The other thing that's important is the PAT.
Going for a 2-point conversion right now. Podner underneath center. He will look at the left side, handing it off to Woodruff near the goal line. He will not get in.
God.
He will not get in. The 2-point conversion is no good. So the extra point, presented to you by Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi, is no good. But with 8:12 to play in quarter number 1, your shoebox scoreboard shows the Blackhawk Warren Warriors 6 and the Cashton Eagles nothing. This is Playoff Football on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. That's being brought to you in part by Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville, offering a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory, Platteville. Mountain City Bank's total line of credit, allowing you the use of the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offers subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. Also like to say thank you to Melody Hawkins of Exit Professional Real Estate Monroe. Her experience in real estate takes the stress out of buying your next home, farm, or business. For all of your real estate needs, Melody Hawkins, Exit Professional Real Estate Monroe. And the Woodford State Bank, serving southwest Wisconsin from 6 locations in Greene, Iowa, and Lafayette counties for over 100 years. Visit them on the web or just come in and see what they can do for you. The drive summary, 8 plays, 77 yards. That took 3 minutes and 40 seconds with a Jacob Woodruff 1-yard touchdown. Now to kick off will be Bryce Van Ralt. He lines up. No, he will not be Van Ralt. It'll be a squib on the left side. Cashton dives on it at the 48-yard line. I don't know, Coach, if that was planned, but that was almost a perfect onside kick.
Yeah, but you don't want to give, a team a short field either, you know, John, especially early in the game. You got the lead, play defense. We'll see what happens.
Now let's see how the Cashton Eagles will respond. They will have a short field with 8:11 to play in quarter number 1. 6-0 the Warriors. Cashton with a bunch set, handoff right side to the 50, inside the 45, the 47-yard line to the 46-yard line. Jack Christensen on the carry. It'll be a gain on the play of about 7, and it'll bring up a gain of 6, second down and 4.
Jack Christensen is their leading ball carrier, John. He's got 8 touchdowns for the year. He's got 847 yards rushing for the year, so he's their key.
3 men in the backfield, looks like an inverted wishbone, no wideouts. Handoff will go to the second man through inside the 45, nearing the 40. A flag will fly at the end of the play, and Coach, that is in the area of face mask. And it will be a face mask. It looks like it may be the 5-yard variety. And it will be the 5-yard variety on Blackhawk Warren. So the gain to the 40-yard line was a gain of 6 by Christensen, and then tack on 5 more yards on the Blackhawk Warren face mask.
Well, I was pointing out, that the Warriors, I thought their line was winning the line of scrimmage. Well, right now it looks like Cashton may be winning the line of scrimmage on offense.
1st and 10 for Cashton. 1 wide out here to the near side. Handoff Christensen right side. He works his way inside the 35-yard line and actually right to the 35-yard line. Gain of 1, second down and 9.
Well, the Warriors have a huge respect for the Cashton's running game. I see them in a 6 right now. They have not played a 6 all year, and you will do that if a team is sturdy up front and they possibly win in the line of scrimmage, and that's what's happening.
Coach, coming up after this play, we'll have a shoebox scoreboard update with other games on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channels. Handoff up the middle, trying to find some running room on the carry. That is Cutler Bregan. Looked like him up the middle, and he was just grinding forward before he ran into Spencer Hayes Scadam. Gain to the 32-yard line. 3-yard gain will bring up a 3rd down and 6. Right now, Coach, it's almost like the Warriors need to be socked a couple of times, and now this seems like this set of downs they're locking up, but also 1 wide out to the near side is Landon Loffenberg.
Right.
Underneath center is Butzler. He will hand the ball off left side, trying to find some running room, and does inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. He'll still be short of a 1st down by about 2 yards after the gain of 4.
Yeah, if I was Cashton, I would feel very, very confident with my running game and 2 yards to go. So we'll see if that's the way they're thinking, or would they go play action pass?
Don't know.
Something that you would not maybe expect.
But we were talking in the Raleigh Cheese pregame show, you might have to use the pass to open up the defense.
Right.
Shoebox scoreboard update: Wazeeka Steuben Seneca tied with Hilbert 8-8 at halftime. Baldwin Woodville 8, Platteville 0 in the first quarter, and a flag will fly, and that's offside on the Warriors. That will be a 1st down. Second penalty on the Warriors, excuse me.
Yeah, you can't be nice to them, John. You're playing sturdy and then you jump. You gotta watch the ball.
Just a little anxious on that one as they're approaching the Bitech green zone for the Cashton Eagles. Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, handoff right side, churning his way inside the 21 to about the 20-yard line. Gain on the play of 3, 2nd and 7. Tonight's matchup on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, being presented to you by Southwest Health. They have over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. So the Cashton Eagles, after falling 6-0 here in the first quarter, we're midway through that, more than midway through. 4:35 to play in this first quarter, 6-0, but Cashton is on the doorstep of the Vitek green zone. Quarterback keeper, right side, trying to bounce it to the outside. He's not going to be able to. Podner with the tackle and a loss on the play. It will bring up a 3rd down and long.
A heck of a play by Bo Podner. He came, the quarterback was trying to do a sprint out, and he came up and filled, you know.
And that was
very, very good.
And that was a 4-yard loss. It will bring up a 3rd down and 11. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, when you are ready. Under 4 minutes to play, quarter number 1. Shoebox scoreboard shows the Blackhawk Warren Warriors 6. And the Cashton Eagles 0, 3rd down and 11. Split backs behind the quarterback, Drew Butzler. He comes back to pass, looking over the middle. He'll be caught out in the flat to the 20, inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line. That will be another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, and there is your play-action pass, Coach. They needed 12, and they ended up getting 12.
Yep, you're right, John.
Keller made the tackle.
So 12-yard pass play, first down and goal. Ball will be at the 9-yard line, so actually actually longer than 12 yards, so excuse me on that. That was more like a 14-yard pass play. So now it's 1st and goal for the Cashton Eagles. Wide side of the field, the far side of the field, no wideouts here for the Eagles. Handoff right side, Christensen works his way inside the 5 to about the 2-yard line. Gain on the play of 7, 2nd and goal.
The initial linemen for the Warriors have got to stop the forward progress of those linemen. They are trying to take them on too much with their hands. They're standing up and they're getting pushed back, and the linebackers are not finding the gap to fill. They got to clean up the house.
Ball is at the 2-yard line, 2nd down and goal for the Eagles. Butzler underneath center. He will hand off to the man on the right side, trying to grind toward the goal line. He's going to be short of the goal line on the run by Owen Von Ruden. It will bring up a 3rd and goal.
Guy making the tackle on that was number 14. That was
Woodruff. Boy, have we called a lot of Woodruffs over the years, haven't we?
Yes, I know. You're right.
Many Woodruffs, many Argles, some of the names that are just Warrior staples. 3rd and goal for the Eagles. Ball at the 1-yard line. Quarterback sneak up the middle to the goal line. Touchdown, Cashton.
Yep.
Drew Butzler with a 1-yard run, and with 2 minutes to play in quarter number 1 on the Shoebox scoreboard, we are tied at 6.
Now this is the fact with Cashton now on their PAT. They got a kicker that's pretty doggone good. If they if the Warriors could have got 2, they would have forced them to maybe do something that they're not accustomed to.
Yep, doing the extra point honors will be Connor Wilkinson, a senior. Lines are down. Good snap. Hold is good. Kick, it's on his way, and it is good.
Yep.
With 2 minutes to play in quarter number 1. Your Shoebox scoreboard shows the Cashton Eagles 7, the Blackhawk Warren Warriors 6. This is high school football, the WIAA playoffs on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, presented to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz at the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Northland Buildings, that was a Northland Buildings touchdown for quality Northland Buildings, built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. Also, Claire Bank, with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Also presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington, and Platteville. 11 plays, 52 yards, 6 minutes and 11 seconds on that drive. And now will be a low line driver on the kickoff, fielded by the Warriors. Still going down.
Recover it!
And he's just standing there, and Cashton gets it.
You gotta recover it.
Is it Cashton's ball? It is Cashton's ball, just standing there for the Warriors, just watching it, not doing anything, was Jackson Burgett. He just stood there and looked at the ball. It's a live ball. Jackson Burgett. Wearing number 5, and he was just watching the ball. I don't know if he thought he was calling fair catch, what was going on, but Cashton recovers at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10, Cashton Eagles. That is a tri-core turning point. Let's see if the Eagles can cash in. Inside the 12 to about the 10. On the run was Jack Christensen. Yes, you did just see that. The kickoff, it went over Jackson Burgett's head. I don't think he thought because he didn't touch it, he didn't have to do anything. But on a kickoff, that's a live ball.
Yeah, that, like you said, John, that could be a turning point in this ball game.
That run went 2 yards to Christensen. 2nd down, quarterback pass, looking toward the end zone. High floater in the air, incomplete. The wide out got turned around in the end zone was Owen Von Ruden. It'll bring up a 3rd down at the 10-yard line.
He defended that time by Jackson Burgett. It's kind of a timing pass into the corner of the end zone.
3rd down, Warrior defense trying to come up huge after the special teams blunder on the kickoff, where Cashton recovered at the 12. Eagles with the ball at the 10-yard line. Butzler underneath center, handoff left side toward the goal line, and he will be just shy of the goal line at the 1, but it will be a Sullivan Auctioneer and Big Iron Realty 1st down of the gain of 9.
That was a counter trap, John. Run from the right to the left.
That was a beautiful play call because everybody was going right. He went left and was wide open. So now it's 1st and goal. Cashton Eagles at the Warrior 1. And quarterback keeper toward the goal line. Touchdown, Cashton! Quarterback keeper Drew Butzler. And with 1:03 to play in quarter number 1, the Eagles lead the Warriors 13-6.
Yeah, that was a quick turn of events.
Yes, it was. 57 seconds on the 4-play drive that went 12 yards after the kickoff blunder. I don't know, you can't really call it a muff because he didn't touch it.
I don't know if he thought it went into the end zone or what.
Right. Extra point. It's on its way, and it is good. The extra points are presented to you by Point and Flush Sportsman's Club at Potosi, a Northland Buildings touchdown for the Cashton Eagles, converting on a Warrior turnover. 4-play drive, 12 yards, 57 seconds, capped off by a 1-yard Drew Butzler touchdown run. And with 1:03 to play in quarter number 1 at Murphy Field in South Wayne, the Blackhawk Warren Warriors trail the Cashton Eagles 14-6. Tonight's matchup is being brought to you in part by Community First Bank. For you and the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. McNett Electric of Belmont can assist you with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric, Belmont. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Lancaster, by Russell Law Offices. Local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices, Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Cashton to kick off to the Warriors. The kick will be a low line driver, and he'll be fielded. Goes right through the hand of the Warriors at the 12. Will be picked up to the 15 on the left side to near the 20-yard line. On the return for the Warriors, looked like it was Joe Ketchpaw back there, if I saw correctly, number 6. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Warriors back on their own 20-yard line.
Well, in that kickoff spot for Berga was
right on the 20.
Number 3, Bo Hodner. He took his spot, so let's hope Burgett can kind of make up for that.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Burgett will line up here on the near side as a wideout. One wideout to the far side here for Podner. It will be a handoff up the middle and getting to about the 22, 23-yard line. 22-yard line, gain of 2, 2nd and 8 on the run on the left side. I think that was Woodruff, 2nd and 8. And right now, Coach, the Cashton Eagles sideline has all the energy in the world, and the Warriors side feels deflated.
Yeah, the tackle was made by Roy Millsap, senior, 5'10", 170.
No, it was. Okay. 2nd down and 8 for the Warriors. Handoff left side past the 25-yard line to near the 28-yard line. Woodruff on the carry on that one. I had it wrong on the first one. But now it's a 3rd down and about a yard for the Warriors. Maybe actually not even a yard, about the length of the football. So 3-yard run on the first one, 6-yard run by Woodruff on the second one. And that is the end of quarter number 1. On the Shoebox scoreboard, your score, the Cashton Eagles 14, the Blackhawk Warren Warriors 6. This is the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. As our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports is presented by Cuba City Kieler and Darlington Family Dental, Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel live and archived coverage is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical and Laley Center of Monroe. Breckler Insurance Group, for all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landowski at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler, WCC-brands.com. Highland State Bank of Highland at highlandstatebank.net. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and coleacresgolfandgrill.com. And Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville. And appliedmicro.biz. Fenimore and Darlington scoreless after 1 quarter. Potosi Cassville, they are up 12-0 late in the first quarter.
Okay.
End of 1 here. It is Cashton 14, Blackhawk Warren 6, and the Warriors looking at a 3rd down and short. Now going right to left as we see it here at Murphy Field in South Wayne on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Whistle blows, and the reason the whistle blows is because the chain gang hadn't gotten there yet.
Yeah, they're a little slow on the draw here a little bit.
Let's make sure that they get it here where it should be. Looks like the chain is just a little, I don't know. The way everything's gone is kind of par for the course. Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty. If you have livestock, farmland, or buildings to sell, call Daryl Krapp. Visit bigiron.com to learn more. 3rd down and the length of a football here. Podner and company. Handoff Woodruff. It will be a 1st down for the Warriors, leading to the 34-yard line. Gain on the play of 5. That is another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down.
You know, you look at the drive they got now. You know, Cashton really hasn't found a stop on the Warriors. So when you turn the ball over like they did, you know, you took away a drive where they were moving the football, and you gave it to the opponent. So let's see if they can make that up.
Podner underneath center and 1st and 10. He'll be a quarterback keeper to the right side. He will pitch it now to Woodruff. He gets to the outside, breaks a tackle past the 40. He's at the 45. 1st down yardage for the Warriors to the 47-yard line. Gain of 13 on the play as Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty 1st down.
That time Cashton shifted their defensive line to their left. It'd be the right side of the Warriors, and the Warriors still run against that overload. So they're trying to figure out some things to counter this running attack of the Warriors.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Ball spot at their own 46-yard line, trailing 14-6. 1 minute gone by, quarter number 2. Back to pass. Podner runs into Woodruff. He's going to be chased around. He will be hit and dumped in the backfield back at the 40-yard line. A Sups.com sack of Bo Podner. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and long after the loss on the play of 8 yards. So an 8-yard loss for the Warriors, and it kind of just seemed to be a broken play, Coach, once he ran into Woodruff, like somebody didn't go the right direction, or some wires got crossed.
Well, you know, they ran that pass pattern, and they did not have Bryce Van Rolte in the ball game. So there's your threat.
Yep, it'll be a handoff now. Woodruff past the 40, still dragging a tackler to the 45. That will be a gain on the play of 6. It'll still bring up a third down at 11.
Yeah.
So a good, again, Woodruff has been able to get, runs. You listen to it. 17, 3, 12, 1. That was for a touchdown. Then 6, 5, 13, 6. Right now, I would almost say run him till the wheels fall off.
Well, he's running like he's possessed right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're down 14-6, you almost feel that way.
Yeah.
3rd and 11 for the Warriors. Shifting around is Van Ralls going to the right side of the line. Through 2 wide receivers. Whistle blows. Timeout called by Coach Desi Braden and the Blackhawk Warren Warriors.
They might have been running short on time, John, because they had a little mix-up on getting set.
9:29 to play. Quarter number 2. Blackhawk Warren trailing the Cashton Eagles by a score of 14-6. Mountain City Bank's total line of credit allows you the use of the equity of your home to do the things you want. So stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offers subject to approval. Member FDIC equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. Also, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors on for tonight's Blackhawk Warren Warrior football game. Saunders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. And by Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, where you'll find local bankers making local decisions, meeting local needs. It's a banking experience you won't get anywhere else. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, member FDIC. 3rd down and 11, back to pass his Podner, rolling out to his right. He's got time. He throws deep. He's got a man down there. It's incomplete.
That was right off of the hands
of Jackson Burgett. He was right there too. The ball was just a little overthrown, but into double coverage, it was only where Burgett would be able to get it.
Right. He was a step slow getting to where his spot was. I thought that was an excellent pass by their quarterback. He was rolling to the right, throwing on the run, and put that ball right where he wanted.
Oh, he did too. Pecatonica Co-op Oil in South Wayne Mart, proud sponsor of tonight's game. For all of your fuel needs, not only for your vehicle, but for yourself as well. Quality Statics fuel products will keep you on the go. South Wayne Mart and Pecatonica Co-op Oil of South Wayne. Here's a punt. It'll be a high, booming punt. Chasing back to the 18-yard line, shedding one tackler to the 20, to the 25 in the middle of the field, near the 30-yard line is where Cashton Eagles will start 1st and 10, 9:12 to play, quarter number 1. As you see in the scorebook on the lower left-hand corner, 9:12 to play, quarter number 2. It is Cashton 14, Blackhawk Warren 6. They will spot it at the 30-yard line. So the Warriors need a defensive stop. Cashton got theirs. Now the Warriors need to level up and get one for themselves. We are at Murphy Field in South Wayne on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for joining Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy. I'm John Satterley. Ryan Murphy and Arena Satterley also helping out on our broadcast. As Butzler is underneath center, he will hand off to Christensen right side. He's got running room. Pass at 35, near the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
9-yard line by Christensen.
And right now, Cashton, Coach, it just seemed like they have all the momentum on their side, and they are playing like it too.
Yeah, the key, in tournament play is you take advantage of your opportunities, and they have not had a penalty, so they are playing penalty-free ball.
Are you trying to get the broadcaster curse on that? As there's a handoff to the 44-yard line. Christensen will get another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down. 5-yard gain. And again, you look at the size of Jack Christensen. He's 6 foot 185 and a junior, but he seems to play bigger than that.
Yeah, you're right. He is a leading rusher, so.
Can I get that written down where I was right on something and I can just give that to my wife, please?
There you go.
Handoff Christensen left side. He tries to get through the line. He will work his way to about the 48-yard line. He kind of snuck through there with that second effort. He'll gain 4, 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6.
Yeah, their second leading ball carrier, John, is Landon Laufenberg, number 21 out there. He scored 3 touchdowns. He averages 15 yards a carry, so he's not a slouch either.
Offset I formation now for the Cashton Eagles. Handoff past midfield into Warrior territory to the 47-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 after the gain of 4. And again, just slow and methodical here, Coach.
Yeah.
And that's all Cashton needs to do with 7:25 to play in quarter number 2, leading 14-6 on the road. If you're just joining us on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, the Warriors went down the field, got a 1-yard touchdown run by Woodruff. 2-point conversion was no good. 6-0 Warriors, and Cashton 11 plays, 52 yards with a touchdown run. Extra point was good. And then the ensuing kickoff was not touched by a Warrior. It's a live ball. Cashton fielded it. 4 plays later, got into the end zone. That's how we're at 14-6. Hit Christensen with the handoff up the middle, and that will be enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. He needed to get 2. He got 4. And that was great push by that offensive line for the Eagles.
Right.
That was just, you don't see that very often. The Warriors get, you could say, manhandled on the line, and the Cashton Eagles just did that. Now, who for the Warriors is going to start up? I think whoever's doing the chain gang right now, I think they're kind of spacing out too, because they were just standing there. It was a first down.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were talking to somebody or. Those conversations that happen with the chain gang and the coaches. That never happens, does it?
No.
Offset I formation here for Cashton. Back to pass, got time. Throws to the right side, caught to the 40, to the 35, 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cashton Eagles. 45-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Drew Butzler to Cutler Bruggen. And with 6:35 to play in quarter number 2, it's 20-6 in favor of Cashton.
There's your play action, John. You're so successful with the run, and then you fake the run and hit the pass.
Wilkinson.
And an extra point upcoming as well. Right now it is a 14-point advantage.
Yes, I know.
Cashton has definitely been able to impose their will on the Warriors at Murphy Field. The extra point is good. Extra points are presented to you by Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. It was a Northland Buildings touchdown, 45-yard touchdown pass from Drew Butzler to Cutler Bruggen with 6:35 to play in quarter number 2. It is the Cashton Eagles 21, the Blackhawk Warren Warriors 6. Tonight's matchup is being brought to you in part by Southwest Health, with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFbank.com, member FDIC. Les Mack Automotive of Lancaster, whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les Mack, you always get more from Les. Coach, I think we need to look at a shoebox scoreboard update. 8-6 Baldwin Woodville leading Platteville Hillman in the first quarter. And I would be amiss if I didn't say hello to Tim Burke here this evening, and everybody watching at the Gratiot spot in Gratiot. At the 15-yard line on the return to the 20, to the 25, cutting outside but getting stopped is Bo Podner. No flag will apply, no Pink's automotive penalty. The Warriors might have gotten away with one there.
They did.
They will have 1st and 10 at the just past the 25-yard line. Again, poor field position here for the Warriors.
Yeah.
And again, our tri-court turning point of the game we'll have during our post-game show, which is presented to you by Reeves Wealth Management. Edward Jones post-game show. Our tri-court turning point has to be that muffed punt that just changed all the momentum, and Cashton has run with that since. 6:29 to play in quarter number 2. The Warriors with a handoff. That's Woodruff. He works past the 30-yard line to the 31. First gain of 4.
Wilkinson made the stop.
So 4-yard gain. They're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Tackle made by number 38, Connor Wilkinson.
So the Warriors have about 6 minutes to play in quarter number 2. Down 21-6. Cashton will get the second half kickoff. This is me, and I'm not saying I'm a coach by any means. You know that I'm not. I'm just kind of a bumbling idiot with a microphone. But if I'm the Warriors right now, give to Woodruff, get a touchdown back, steal some momentum, eat up all the clock, and then get a stop the next time around, and then the 2-point conversions, you are now taking the lead.
Right.
It'll be Podner drifting to the right. He's to the 30, jumps over a blocker to the 35. He's still plowing to the 36. Looks like he's going to get to the 37-yard line. He will be just shy of a first down. Actually, they're going to look at it, eyeballing it up. Bob Boyle looks. He looks, and he says it is a first down. Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty, first down, gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, mixing up that option along with the dive. You can't commit everyone to that dive if they're very successful with the option.
2 wide receivers now for the Warriors on the near side for Bo Podner. He will hand it off Woodruff to the 40-yard line. He gets 3 yards, 2nd and 7. So again, the Warriors are able to get 4, 6, 3. The line is getting good push. Woodruff has been able to slam into the line and get good yardage.
Yeah.
It seemed like the Warriors get a little cute on a play or two, and then they get out of their system. And this does not feel to be a team that's built to come back.
Well, you're right there, John. 1, 2, 3.
But Warriors have always been great on imposing their will. And that's what they need to get back to doing now. It'll be quarterback pitch here to the near side, to the 40, 45, 50.
He got some blockers.
40.
He got some blockers.
45, 20.
He got blockers.
10 to the 5, toward the goal line. Touchdown, Warriors. What a huge run.
Right.
That was Dax Packin with the run of 60 yards. And with 4:23 to play in quarter number 2, it's 21-12. The Warriors looking to cut it to a 1-possession game.
Coming into this game, he had 5 touchdowns. That makes it 6. He averages 6.9 on his attempts. He's got 776 yards so far this year for coming in for the Warriors. So that was huge.
Well, and why do you think I said, Coach, I'm the idiot with the microphone? They give it to somebody else, and he takes it to the house. 2-point conversion attempt. Is Podner keeping it?
They needed that.
2-point conversion is good. A Northland Buildings touchdown was a 60-yard run. That was by Dax Packin. And then the 2-point conversion for the Warriors by Bo Podner with 4:23 to play. Quarter number 2, it is 21-14. Cashton leading the Blackhawk Warren Warriors. But, Coach, the bigger news, it feels like the momentum shifted here at Murphy Field.
You realize if they did not get that 2-point conversion, I always said your drive is only half done when you do not get your PAT. That would have been a 2-score game if they did not get their PAT. Now it is a 1-score game, and you can go ahead with a 2-point conversion. That was huge.
That was absolutely huge. They needed it. With Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy, I'm John Satterley. Ryan Murphy and Arena Satterley also joining us here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We are at Murphy Field in South Wayne in the Dr. Style Sports Tower, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, the best seat in the house. And, Coach, we're being treated to, what looked to be good for the Warriors, and then Cashton scores 21 in a row. This one might turn out to be one of those instant classics.
There you go.
Now the Warriors need to try to get a stop. The high wobbly kick fielded the 15-yard line, up to the 20, 25, and stood up at the 27-yard line. On the run back, looked like it was Wyatt Howell on the run. Nope, excuse me, that was Landon Laufenberg. 1st and 10 for Cashton under what will be their poorest starting field position of the contest. Ball will be spotted at the 28-yard line. 28. Just waiting for everybody to clear out that I can see where they're at. 4:17 to play in quarter number 2. Thank you for everybody joining us here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Again, with Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy, I'm John Satterley on a beautiful, crisp fall evening. Halloween! Boy, this game kind of scary, depending on for both sides. It'll be a handoff right side, trying to find some running room as Christensen. He leans past the 30 to the 31-yard line. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. The Warriors, coach, right now, they seem to need to get a 3 and out.
Yeah,
and just for confidence. If nothing else, yes. If you're a Warriors fan, yes, get the ball back as soon as possible. But right now, this defense, they need a stop. They have not gotten one yet. Yeah. Cashton has scored on all 3 possessions. They will also get the ball to start the second half. This could be make or break time for the Blackhawk Warren defense. It's going to be a handoff, right side, running room Christensen. He's past the 35 to the 40, past the 40 to the 41. Gain of 10. It's another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
Yeah, they're moving Christensen around in the backfield. They had him over on the left half on the first handoff. They had him at the right half here on this one. And with the 2 carries, he got first down. So he's a guy you got to key.
The Warriors trying to get a stop on this drive, trailing 21-14. It will be a handoff left side, breaking 1 tackle, breaking a 2nd tackle, diving to the 45-yard line on the carry, Cutler Bruggen. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Argo on the tackle.
Again, that's trying giving Christensen a little bit of a break. Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, their guided upland bird and waterfowl hunts with friends and family will create memories that'll last forever. Make your best shot with Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. 2nd down and 6 from the 45-yard line. Under 2:40 to play in quarter number 2. Straight eye formation. Handoff up the middle, Christensen. He tries to lean past the 47. He will get to about the 48-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the play. Big 3rd down coming up here, coach, a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, this is a key one.
I'm guessing they're going to go to Christensen as they've gone to him about at least 90% of the time.
Spencer Hagan was the one that came in and made the tackle that time.
Oh, Spencer Hayscadam?
Scadam, rather.
You got
I'm
it.
sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, trust me, his dad was sending me a message earlier saying maybe somebody will actually say our last name right. So there you go. Thank you, Coach. I said it wasn't going to happen, so thank you.
There you go.
At least I was Nostradamus for a
moment.
There you go. Back to pass, looking near side. It's going to be a diving catch. What a catch by Christensen. Right in front of us. That was a legit catch. And a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
Yeah, that was.
Gain of 6. That was a beautiful diving catch.
Yeah, number 12, that Laufenberg is their leading receiver. And you wouldn't know what that
back to pass again, going deep, got a man open, incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag on Jackson Burgett. That one, I'm not exactly sure it looked like, but he didn't turn around.
That's it.
And that's
he didn't
what it
play
was.
The ball.
No, he didn't. And give credit to Brady Wells, the wide receiver. He made it, like he had to go back for it to initiate the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, Burgett isn't. He's had a couple of mistakes here this game, and it's hurt him. So let's see if they can dodge the bullet here.
But keep in mind on that play, though, Coach, he was open. So if you don't go with that PI, it could have been 6 points. So there's kind of that trade-off. Ball marked at the 31-yard line of the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, who trail Cashton 21-14. 1:29 to play in quarter number 2. All 3 timeouts for Cashton. Handoff, left side, cuts inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10, 5, and touchdown. Cashton Eagles. The run by Owen Von Ruden. 31 yards out. And with 1:19 to play until halftime, 27-14, the Eagles.
Well, on that play, Brad Hermanson, the right guard, pulled and kicked out the end, made a nice block that sprung the ball carrier loose. Hermansbach is only a sophomore, but he goes about 210.
That was 6 plays, 72 yards. That took not much time off the clock. 2:58. Extra point. It's on its way, and it is good. 1:19 to play until halftime. The Cashton Eagles trying to pull an upset here at Murphy Field. They have a 2-score lead at 28-14 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, presented to you in part by TriStar Pallets of Highland. Dodgers won. Oh, Darlington's winning 14-0. Thank you very much. Jukebox scoreboard update. Thank you, Ryan. The Darlington Redbirds 14 and the Fenimore Golden Eagles 0. 5:32 to go in the second quarter. Baldwin Woodville pulling away from the Platteville Hillman 30-13. 9:40 to play in the second quarter. I don't know if defense is being played in that one. 30-13, barely into the second quarter. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland, TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Again, that was a 6-play drive, 72 yards, 2:58. It was a Northland Buildings touchdown by Owen Von Ruden. Now the extra point was good, presented to you by Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. And here's the kickoff, a low line driver to the far side of the field. It'll be fielded at the 12-yard line, to the 15, to the 20, stopping on a dime at the 25, going back outside 30, to the 35-yard line, at the 37-yard line. On the return for the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, Joe Ketchpaw. He is a 5'10", 151-pound junior wearing number 6. He has taken, I think he was the one that took the place of Jackson Burgett.
Right.
So let's see what the Warriors can do here. They have 2 timeouts remaining and 1:11 to go. And they will have 63 yards to go. Ball spotted, 37-yard line. 1:11 to play, quarter number 2. Let's see what Desi Braden and the crew for the Warriors have up their sleeve. Handoff, Woodruff, 40, does not break the tackle at the 42-yard line. What an open field tackle by Rory Milsna, 5'10", 170-pound senior. He stopped Woodruff from a game-breaking run.
That was a nice example of the outside veer. Just ran it right off the tackle inside the end. Nice play.
Timeout Warriors. 46 seconds to play in quarter number 2. 28-14 in favor of the Cashton Eagles. And Coach, that the Warriors seem to be off because there was no urgency there. All of a sudden, Coach Braden calls timeout and is looking at the guys like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, it just kind of seems odd. You know, this night has been odd, for the Warriors. Again, we really go back to that tricord turning point.
Yeah,
and that's, unfortunately, that's where a lot of talk is going to start.
Yep.
Because, down 7-6, that's okay.
Yeah.
But your offense was moving good.
Right,
and then,
you went downfield first drive.
Yep, then Big Mo changed.
Yep.
Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Also presented to you by Saunders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. 2nd down and 5 for the Warriors at their own 42-yard line, faking the pass. Back to Woodruff as a quarterback option, or a halfback option. He throws a floater high in the air, and it is a jump ball incomplete.
Pushed off.
That was a jump ball. They aren't going to call anything on that one as they're trying to go to Grant Quinn, 6'2" sophomore. And that throw by Woodruff was a wounded duck. That wounded duck brought to you by Aflac. Have you ever gone duck hunting?
Not that way.
Not that way. By the way, somebody else who wanted to say hi to you, Coach, that I got a chance to see last Saturday night, Jason Foley. You probably remember him from the state 98 team.
Yeah.
You have to call his daughter's volleyball match against Argyle when they upset the Argyle Orioles.
He's got a boy that's a good football player, too.
Gee, I wonder, kind of runs in the genes, right?
Yeah.
3rd down and 5. Podner back deep. Throws when he's got a man open downfield. It's almost intercepted, but a flag is thrown. Pink's Automotive penalty at the 35-yard line. Pass interference is the initial There's the initial signal. Let's wait. Everybody is moving that direction. At least Cashton is. Blackhawk Warren hasn't yet. We'll wait for Bob Boyle. Pass interference. Defense. That's a 15-yard penalty. 31 seconds to play. in quarter number 2, and the Warriors now with that PI now have a little bit of life because that was third down too. That's one thing that's huge, Coach. It's a third down and a 15-yard PI on Cashton.
I think that's their first penalty tonight.
I think you're absolutely correct. Ball just inside the Eagle 43-yard line. 31 seconds to play until our halftime report presented to you by McNett Electric of Belmont. Wide out to the far side for the Warriors is Grant Quinn. Split backs behind. Van Rolt goes in motion. It'll be Podner back to pass, and flag will fly as a far side official. He couldn't get the flag out. So he's calling for false start.
Illegal procedure penalty.
So 5-yard false start on the Warriors. Honestly, I don't think that's a big deal because with only 30 seconds to play in quarter number 2, with one timeout remaining, the yardage right now, yes, it's big, but this is one of those penalties you go, all right, get set right and let's do it because they're going to have to pass if they want to get into the end zone.
Right.
At least that's my thought. But, I'm not right very often. Oh, boy.
Don't kid yourself, John.
Hey, why do you think I got into this industry? Because, it's not exactly being a weatherman, but, I don't have to be right all the time.
Yeah.
As the officials looking over as looks like a Cashton player is being carried off the field.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what they were holding up on. Back to pass. We resume play. Podner back deep. He's going to be flushed. He steps up. He throws. Got Van Rolt. Almost a one-handed catch. Incomplete. Van Rolt. He laid out with one hand.
You're right.
And it's now going to be 2nd down and 15. Time, 20 seconds to go in the first half. And yes, they're taking an injured Cashton Eagle to the locker room. It looks like they're carrying him, so hopefully he will be all right.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything that looked like there was an injury on a play, did we?
No.
And did I miss it? So, knee? Who was it? Graham Hummersbach? Okay, thank you very much. One of the Cashton Eagles coaches letting us know who that was, so we'll make sure we keep him in our prayers that it was no major injury. Podner back to pass. He goes to the right side. He's got Bergen open. Incomplete. He overshot him. 3rd and 15, 14 seconds to play in quarter number 2. That pass, a really good route by Jackson Bergen. He had an opening, but Podner just had a little bit of air underneath of it. And watching him throw the ball, he has got a really good touch. He throws a really good spiral. He's able to have a cannon.
Yeah.
So let's see if the Warriors can do something here on 3rd and 15 with 14 seconds to play in quarter number 2.
He's missed some real close passes, but then when a guy was open, he really missed him.
Absolutely. 3rd down, 15 yards to go. Podner back to pass. Blitz coming. It's a screen. It's going to be to Woodruff to the 45, to the 40. Got a block, 35, and hit out of bounds. They're not going to call a late hit, but it will be a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down. 7 seconds to play until halftime. Maybe 2 plays. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. So a gain of 25 yards. And there's what the Warriors need to do is those screen type of plays. That was very effective.
That's the first screen I've seen him throw this year.
Wow. And you don't miss much Warrior football.
Well, I know because that play was very good for us.
Yeah, right.
And
it was.
I couldn't understand why.
You go away from it?
Yeah.
21 yards. Okay, I had the 47 on the wrong side. So here we go. 21-yard pass play. Back to pass. Podner on what looks like to be the final pass play of the half. Throws downfield. Van Roll is caught toward the goal line. The time runs out. He's at the 2. 27-yard pass play. And that is how the first half ends. 2 yards away from getting into the end zone. And Cashton will get the ball to start the second half. 28-14, the Cashton Eagles leading the Blackhawk Warren Warriors as the Warriors came to life at the end of the first half, but not 1 yard shy of getting into the end zone.
Yeah.
Coming up, Coach, we will have our halftime report presented to you by McNett Electric of Belmont. Also, too, Coach, I think you'll like this segment coming up. We have the halftime fix by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville, So they're stopping to see what they're fixing for you. But, I think you'll like that with Millie's Diner
There
and
you
what's
go.
fixing. Maybe we just need to call your lovely bride and see what she is fixing.
Yeah, I wonder.
There you go. 28-14 in favor of the in favor of the Cashton Eagles, leading the Blackhawk Warren Warriors. We're going to take a quick timeout and have your McNett Electric halftime report after this. This is the WIAA Division 7 Level 2 playoff matchup from Murphy Field on Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Wisconsin needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
McNett Electric halftime report on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. I'm John Satterley with Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy, Ryan Murphy, and Arena Satterley. The band back together at Murphy Field this evening, and right now we are seeing an upset in the making as the Cashton Eagles, the number 5 seed, leading the number 1 seed and undefeated Blackhawk Warren Warriors by a score of 28-14. We'll have stats coming up in just a few moments. But it is our halftime report, again, presented to you by McNett Electric of Belmont. They can assist you with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric, Belmont. That first half saw the Blackhawk Warren Warriors take a 6-0 lead, but then it was 21 straight scored by the Cashton Eagles to go up 21-6. Then the Warriors score a touchdown, pull within 7 after the 2-point conversion was good to have the score 21-14. And then the Cashton Eagles get a 31-yard touchdown run by Owen Von Ruden, and the extra point good is where we are at our current margin. The number 5 seeded Cashton Eagles leading the number 1 seed Blackhawk Warren Warriors 28-14. 28-14. Let's go through some of your drive summaries from the first half. Again, Blackhawk Warren, 8 plays, 72 yards, went 3 minutes and 40 seconds. It was capped off by a 1-yard run. Where'd my sheet go? There it is. All right, it was a 1-yard run by Jacob Woodruff. Then the Cashton Eagles, after what looked to be a squib onside kick by the Warriors, fielded at the 48-yard line, went 11 plays, 52 yards, 6 minutes and 11 seconds taken off the clock. It was a 1-yard touchdown run by Drew Butzler, the quarterback. The extra point was good. At that time, it was 7-6. And then the tri-core turning point to this point in the game, the ensuing kickoff went to the near side, right to left, as we see it here at the Dr. Style Sports booth and the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. The kickoff took a weird bounce around Jackson Burgett. He just let it go and just stood there looking at the ball. Cashton went right after it, and they fell on it at the 12-yard line. So a special teams error by the Blackhawk Warren Warriors. Cashton, they cashed in. 4 plays, 12 yards, a 1-yard touchdown run by Drew Butzler. His second touchdown of the evening at that point. Extra point is good. And just like that, 14 points scored by the Cashton Eagles in 1 minute and 3 seconds. The Warriors get the ball back, and they are forced to punt after kind of going down the field, but it was a big sack by the Cashton Eagles that stalled the drive, forcing the Warriors to have to pass more. They punted it away. Then a big drive for the Cashton Eagles. That was a 6-play drive that covered 70 yards. And about 2:45 on the time on the drive. 45-yard touchdown pass from Drew Butzler to Cutter Brugan. With that extra point made, it's 21-6, and Warrior Nation is feeling on edge. Then the Warriors come back. They were able to go 4 plays that went 73 yards. It was capped off by a huge 60-yard run by Dax Packin, the sophomore, running down the left sideline. Gets into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. A run by Podner. And that time, Warriors within 1 score at 21-14. It felt like the momentum had shifted here at Murphy Field. But then the Cashton Eagles, they strike back. 6 plays, 72 yards, took 2:58 off the clock, a 31-yard run by Owen Von Roden. At that point, 28-14. But the Warriors weren't done yet. They still had 1:11 to go until halftime. Launching the ball, throwing the ball, something uncharacteristic for the Blackhawk Warren Warriors. But then they got a big reception to Bryce Van Ralt, and he was stopped just shy of the goal line at the 2-yard line, and that is how the first half ended, 28-14. It's our McNett Electric halftime report, being joined by Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy as coach. We're just getting into our stats, presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting and Arena L. Satterley CPA, with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. Go online, DodgevilleTax.com, for more information. Best of the best, the reigning, defending best of the best tax preparation service in Iowa County, Dodgeville Tax and Accounting. So we go by yards. The Warriors about 50 better, 227 to 171. That's where the yardage is. First, we'll go with the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, 180 yards on the ground, 47 yards through the air. Jacob Woodruff, 12 carries, 88 yards, and 1 touchdown. Dax Paquin, he had 2 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. And Bo Podner with 5 carries, 28 yards. And again, he was sacked one time, so if you would go take that sack away, he would have 4 carries for 36 yards. So he's still averaging 8-9 yards a carry. Very effective for the Warriors. Passing, 2 of 5 passing for Bo Podner with 47 yards. He was sacked that one time. Jacob Woodruff 0 for 1 with that halfback option pass that was a wounded duck in the air.
Right.
The Warriors with one punt that went 43 yards. The Warriors on third down, 3 of 4, 75%. They just had to punt the one time because it was longer than 10 yards on that fourth down.
Yeah.
1 of 2 for 2-point conversions. That one fumble lost right now is really that big play that's just glaring. And another one that's glaring too, Coach, not so much time of possession. Yes, Cashton's had the ball longer, 12:56 to 11:04, but it's the field position. Yeah. Blackhawk Warren's average starting field position, their own 27. Cashton near midfield at the 46-yard line.
Okay.
Let's go through the Eagles stats. 105 yards on the ground, 66 yards through the air, and they've all been effective.
Yeah.
Jack Christensen, 14 carries, 64 yards. 4 carries, 19 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Drew Butzler. There's your quarterback. 75% of the time he touches the ball, he's crossing the goal line here tonight. 1 carry, 9 yards for Landon Laufenberg. Also, it's 1 carry, 3 yards for Brady Wells. 1 carry, 1 yard for Owen Von Ruden. 2 receptions, 60 yards for Cutler Brugan. He does have that 1 touchdown. Jack Christensen, 1 reception, 6 yards. 3 of 4 passing in for Drew Butzler, 66 yards and a touchdown. No punts, so the Warriors did not stop them. 3 of 4 on third downs, 1 of 1 on fourth downs. 1 penalty, 15 yards. By the way, the Warriors, 4 penalties, 30 yards. And we told you the starting field position, their own 46-yard line for Cashton. If you're looking at team average, 4.6 yards per carry for Cashton, which is extremely good. The Warriors more than double that at 9.5 yards per carry. And then you look at passing, team average, 22 yards per reception for Cashton, 23.5 for Blackhawk Warren. So when they've caught the ball, it has been downfield. Just if you're Warrior Nation, you want to see more of that and be more effective, and you want to see your defense get a stop.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So that's our stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting and Raina L. Satterley, CPA, with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. Coach, I'd like to pass along a message. Great listening to hearing you and Murph. Miss you guys from one Mr. Dan Rayburn.
I'll be doggone. Yeah, good hearing from you, Dan.
It's always great to hear from him, and I know I put a little shout-out out there to see if anybody wanted to send anything to me via Facebook or a text message to say hi to you, and it's like the Godfather back with the headset. So we gotta have fun with it, Coach.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Why not? Let's take a look at our Shoebox scoreboard update, presented to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the Midwest's largest independent shoe store. Dodgers leading 3-1 on the Toronto Blue Jays. Dodgers must win to keep the World Series alive. 3-1 Dodgers lead on Game 6 at the end of 3 innings of play. Now let's take a look at our local WIAA Level 2 playoff action. Halftime score, Darlington shutting out Fenimore 21-0. It is Baldwin Woodville 38, Platteville 13, still midway through the second quarter.
Really? Okay.
Mount Horeb Barneveld leading Burlington 14-7 at halftime. Oh, check that. Baldwin Woodville now leads 46-13 with still 4:17 to play in the second quarter. One of interest here, Potosi Cassville 18, Johnson Creek 7. That is a halftime score.
Okay.
So those are our scores presented to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Mr. Rayburn liked to shout out, so come on, you know how we roll. It doesn't matter if it's on South 78 Radio or if it's on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. It's just Coach and I goofing off. So especially when we have time to talk.
There you go. Right.
Coach, let's go for some keys in the second half.
Okay.
Let's kind of look at those. And what do you think? I have my ideas, and I'll just kind of, just throw them out there quick. Yeah. Cash and Eagles, keep doing what you're doing. What you've been doing has led to 28 points, and you're able to really dominate this contest. If you are the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, what do you have to do? Because everything you've done really has been effective, but it's not showing on the scoreboard.
Well, the thing is, if you watch Cashton, they will put Christensen in different spots in the backfield. If it's an I, he'll be in the I. If it's a split back, he'll be either the left half or he'll be the right half. And they will give him the ball that opposite way, he'll run. If he's on the left side, he'll run the right side. The other thing is defensively, Blackhawk is in a 6, and they're trying to play head up on guys, and they're getting beat. They're getting manhandled, and they're getting pushed back into where the linebackers are. They aren't stalemating. You know, if you watch them against Potosi and some of these other schools, River Ridge, they would stalemate their people, and then the linebackers would come up and fill. This is not happening today, and this is the old Cashton team. They ran the ball against us when we were in football, and they're running it again.
Coach, Warrior Nation's chiming in. Sean Jackson says, the boys need one of those Mills Murphy halftime speeches. Got to win special teams. Tell Coach hello. Also, Travis Signer saying the broadcast is great thanks to you and Coach. So, again, I like what Sean has to say, though. I mean, obviously, we are on internet, but at the same time, we're on a broadcast. What would you be trying to tell these boys, at halftime, seeing that what you've done has been effective, but you had at least one, maybe two mental lapses that led to points for your opposition? How do you turn them around, get them out of their own head, and just tell them that they're effective, get out there and just prove it?
Well, John, they're not doing a lot of things wrong.
Right.
And the mistakes they've made have been drastic, okay?
Right.
I mean, not recovering that kickoff, and so on. And they got to get down and start. This is the second level of tournament. You got to start playing like it,
Yes.
This is not happening. I would say it would have been better if they had played away, because I always felt if a team played away, when you're on the bus, you can communicate to each other or talk about the game.
Okay.
And you get in a football mindset, and this is not happening tonight. And it just seems like, they're waiting for somebody to make the play, and Woodruff right now is doing it, but he can't do it by himself, and that's why they had a nice option run for a touchdown by their second back, Dax Paxton. So, yeah.
Coach, we got a shoebox scoreboard update. One game has gone final. Hilbert defeats Seneca Wazeeka Steuben. The final score, 22-20, a failed two-point conversion with 32 seconds left by Seneca Wazeeka Steuben is how they end up losing to Hilbert, 22-20.
The third team, John, besides these guys and DeSoto, was Hilbert.
Yep.
When we my last year, Hilbert got in because a team lost a game that should have put them into the next bracket.
Yep.
And they ended up beating us, and it was a close game, and doggone it, they ended up winning the state.
Right. Also a shoebox scoreboard update. From what I see, Tucker Cisco with a 60-yard touchdown for New Glarus as the Glarner Knights leading Racine Lutheran 26-7 at halftime.
Ooh.
We got a chance to see them as
go.
well. That's your McNett Electric halftime report on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The Warriors will kick off left to right. Thank you for joining us on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. High end over end kick will be fielded at the 20-yard line on a run to the 25 to the 30. 35-yard line gets into a whole slew of bodies still trying to fight for yardage at the 38 to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cashton Eagles, but still, once again, Coach, very solid field position, just shy of the 40.
The thing here is when Cashton warmed up, they did not go inside.
No, they didn't.
They stayed outside. Now, that might have a bearing on them, John. They might start out slow, but the thing the Warriors got to do is they got to force a turnover,
Or at least a 3-and-out.
I know.
Get some confidence for your defense. Would you agree?
Right.
39-yard line. Cashton has it first down and 10 with full house backfield. Handoff to Christensen, right side to the 40 to the 45-yard line. Open field tackle by Podner is what stopped him from having a breakaway. Give him a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
As far as defensively go, Podner he's the third leading tackler on the team, but he's made 23 solo tackles for the year. So he comes up and he makes hits.
It is 2nd down and 4 for the Eagles at the 45-yard line. Handoff Christensen into the line, works to about the 47-yard line, maybe the 48. They're going to say the 48, gain of 3. Will bring up a 3rd and 1. Shoebox scoreboard update. Belleville 18, Crandon 14. That is late in the second quarter.
Oh, okay.
Thank you to Brian Lamboli for that update.
Yeah.
Anybody that's got scores, don't be afraid to send them to us. We'll get them on our Shoebox scoreboard update here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the rest of our games that we have on the other stations of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 3rd down and 1. I formation. First man through gets the handoff. He leans past the 49. He'll get to midfield. That is another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Gain of 2.
That is enough yardage.
That was just barrel right up the middle, Coach, and just saying, try to stop us from getting 1 yard.
Yeah, that was to the fullback. Even though Christensen was in the eye,
right.
They gave it to the fullback, so try to spread it out.
Yep, and the fullback, number 45, Cutler Bruggen. So first down and 10 at midfield for the Cashton Eagles. There will be a handoff. Christensen right side. He tries to find a seam. He'll work to the 47-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Tonight's game is being brought to you by great sponsors across Southwest Wisconsin and Northwest Illinois. Like I say, thank you to all of our sponsors, including Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, where you'll find local bankers making local decisions, meeting local needs. It's a banking experience you won't get anywhere else. Apple River State Bank, a Community First Bank of Galena member, FDIC. 2nd down and 7. Handoff Christensen right side. He finds a seam. He'll work his way to the 42. They're going to mark him at the 41. He'll bring up a 3rd down and short.
He just ran that power off tackle. It looked like he got stopped, John.
Yeah, he did.
Then he got a second burst.
It's almost like Cashton's running Warrior football. Just basically, just try to stop us.
Mm-hmm.
Already eating up 2.5 minutes of this third quarter, leading 28-14. The Cashton Eagles with the ball. 3rd down and 1, now going back to that I formation. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He's got the first down. Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down inside the 40 to the 38. That was a gain of 3. And just grabbing the ball and going. Drew Butzler says, here you go. Try to stop me. 3-yard run.
Yeah, at this rate, they'll just go right down into the end zone.
Yeah, again, where I said 3 and out, I think we're going to have to go back to what you said, Coach, and that is getting a turnover.
But
right now, the Cashton Eagles just taking care of business, slow, methodical. Split backs for the Eagles on 1st and 10. Try to go with the counter. Chris Drost, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. The run by Cutler Bruggen was met and stopped by the Warriors' Bryce Van Ralt, and that is a loss back to the 40. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
That was the counter tackle trap. And the way you can stop that is you get penetration. You penetrate. You work out there. You don't sit there and look at them. And that's what happened.
2nd down and 12 after the loss of 2 yards. Split backs, ball loose, but there's going to be a flag flying first. Offside.
I don't think it's good.
Is that defense? Offside defense. Usually they don't. Maybe I'm thinking different level, Coach, but I'm still having a hard time remembering, stopping the clock or stopping the play if it's an offside.
Yeah.
So 5-yard offside on Blackhawk Warren. Hello to Shirley Deneur, who's tuning in on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. So thank you for tuning in and sending a message. 2nd down and 7 after the 5-yard Warrior penalty. Back to pass, looking to the near side is just another fullback out to the 30, making moves inside the 26 to the 25. Gain on the play of 10 yards. It's another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. No, Pink's automotive penalty, holding on Cashton.
Finally.
Everybody's moving downfield, and Bob Boyle's back there saying, no, guys, come on, get back here. There's dirty laundry on the field.
That's one of their best play-action passes.
Oh, they could run that every time.
The back is flanked to the left side, and they just play action, and he's out there like an arrow. And if you're not reading your keys, if you're looking into the backfield, he's got you beat by 2 steps.
And that they've been able to run it very effectively.
Very well.
Back to the 45-yard line. Second down and 17 after the holding penalty. I formation for the Eagles. Back to pass. No time. Throws it deep. Nobody there. Incomplete pass, trying to get it to Rory Milsna. And now it's 3rd down and 17 after the incomplete pass.
That was due to pressure by number 16.
Van Ralt once again.
Van Ralt was in there.
There's where you get the 6'6", 203 frame that's hard to throw through.
With his hands up, you gotta throw the arc.
The Woodford State Bank serves Southwest Wisconsin from 6 locations in Greene, Iowa, Lafayette counties for over 100 years. Visit them on the web or just come on in and see what they can do for you. Woodford State Bank, 3rd down, 17 yards to go, 7:53 to play in quarter number 3. Cashton leading by 14 at 28-14. Back to pass, looking deep, throws one over the middle and overshooting his intended target. Trying this time, going to Landon Laufenberg was Drew Butzler, and Cashton is going to be forced to punt. A big penalty, that was a hold, has forced a punt by the Cashton Eagles. But keep in mind, Coach, they were able to use over 4 minutes of game time, and in a 2-possession game, every second is going to be precious when you run the ball.
Yeah.
So now 1 man back deep for the Warriors. It looks like it's going to be Bo Podner.
Looks like Christensen is doing the punt.
Actually, 2 back there. Jackson Burgett also back there. The kick is going to be a wobbler, and it's going to take a bounce for Cashton inside the 10 to the 5. Now it's going to be picked up by Podner. He's to the 10, bounces it around. He's got the blocking to the 15. He's to the 20-yard line. He's to the 25, bounces outside. He's near the 30. What a run back by Bo Podner.
That ought to be on film. That's how you come back as a lineman, as a ball carrier, and block. You don't quit.
That was a great run back as the ball was probably going to, again, the way this field plays, Coach, that was going to roll dead inside the 5-yard line. That was the way the ball was running. And a heads-up play by Bo Podner to pick that up. And instead of being inside the 5, the Warriors will start at their own 30-yard line.
There you go.
7:32 to play. Quarter number 3.
I hope we can look back and say this is a turning point.
I agree. Another tri-court turning point, just making that field position determination. Handoff, left side. That's going to go to Woodruff. Past the 32 to the 34. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. The Warriors right now, Coach, I don't think they need to panic. They just need to run their offense. Get within 1 score, and then have the defense get another stop. The defense now needs to come up big because the offense, if you just run your offense, has been effective and there's plenty of time.
I like to see him get close and see how Cashton reacts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do they kind of get a little bit of the jitters? Yeah. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Split backs behind Bo Podner. Barking out the signals. He will hand off to Woodruff. No, he'll keep it himself. He makes a move to the 40, 45, 50, 45, to the 35, and out of bounds. Yes! The 30-yard line of Sullivan Auctioneers. Big Iron Realty first down at the 32-yard line. Bo Podner faked everybody out, thinking it was handed off to Woodruff. He keeps it himself, and this might be the Bo Podner drive that changes the game.
Yep.
34 yards.
If they can get a score here, John, get the 2-point conversion, then it's a 6-point game.
Again, the dynamics change. Very much so. 2 wideouts, far side for the Warriors. Grant Quinn, and in the slot is Jackson Burgett. Split backs behind Bo Podner as he barks out the signals. He keeps himself. He cuts inside, and he will lose a yard, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. We'll say no gain. And again, sometimes you do have to have those plays just to keep defenses honest where you're not pitching, and that was a wise decision not to pitch.
Cashton is pursuing real well.
Right.
I would like to see the Warriors run some kind of a counter or a reverse.
Try to get their momentum going one way, then go the other.
Right.
Kind of like that punt return.
There you go.
Got to get that type of thing. Absolutely understand what you're saying, Coach. 2 wideouts far side for Podner on 2nd down and 10. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line of the Cashton Eagles. Burgett goes in motion. Handoff Woodruff. He's got the running room inside the 30-yard line to about the 25. Gain on the play of 7, depending on where they spot the ball. Actually 6. They're going to mark it at the 26-yard line, 3rd down and 4.
I just wonder if the quarterback, is looking at that 5 and audibling on the line of scrimmage. I always felt I had to give my quarterback the advantage. If he saw a alignment, you audible if it isn't fit to play.
3rd down, 4 yards to go. It'll be a quarterback keeper. Podner has nowhere to go. They're trying to rip the ball out. It looked like he got to the 25, but they're only going to say he's at the 27. That seems odd to me, but once again, it will bring up 4th down. No gain on the play. And whoever Podner was supposed to pitch it to either was not there or Cashton had it perfectly scouted.
Had that end out into the pitch area. Yep, number 38.
Under 5 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Cashton 28, Blackhawk Warren 14. 4th down and 4 for the Warriors at the Eagles' 26-yard line. They speed up to the line. Back judges starting to count. Podner underneath center. Split backs behind him. Handoff up the middle. No, quarterback keeper. He's to the 20, to the 15, and it's another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down for the Warriors. A 4th down conversion getting inside the Bi-Tech green zone. Big play by the Warriors. Again, Podner once again coming up huge.
Yes.
14-yard line, so that was a gain of 12 by Podner. He's back underneath center in the Bi-Tech green zone. He will keep it himself again. Trying the left side. He'll work his way near the 12, maybe the 11-yard line. Let's give him 3, 2nd and 7.
That didn't look like a real good fake in there. It looked like he wanted to give it, and then the back wasn't in position, so he just turned it up and kept it. So, he did gain 2 or 3 yards.
Hello to Jackie Dawson, who's tuning on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Mary Mao as well. I'd also like to say hi to everybody, Warrior Nation, tuning in. And, of course, our friends in the Cashton area as well, tuning in on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast.
Right.
3:38 to play, quarter number 3, 28-14 in favor of Cashton. The Warriors threatening. Handoff up the middle, shedding one tackler inside the 10. That run for the Warriors was Dax Paquin.
Now, that time he faked that outside veer to Woodruff and then came back with a kind of a counter move and back picked up decent yards. But this is a key down,
Yes.
Yeah, 3rd and what? 4?
3rd and 4.
Yeah.
I would say 3rd and 4, ball inside the 10.
Right.
Ball is spotted at about the 8-yard line. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Podner underneath center. He sends a man in motion to the far side. Handoff Woodruff up the middle. He's got 1st down yardage inside the 5. He's near the 2. Another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down. They're going to mark him at the 1. 1st and goal Warriors after the gain of 6.
By sending that back in motion, you drew that one of those linebackers out of there, and that allowed for Woodruff.
1st and goal Warriors inside the Bi-Tech green zone at the 1-yard line. Handoff Woodruff left side line.
Good move.
Touchdown Blackhawk Warren Warriors. 1-yard push for Jacob Woodruff.
This to me is the play of the game.
I would say the drive of the game right at the moment.
If you can get it down to 6.
Oh, this right here, coming up, of course, absolutely.
That PAT is so important.
The Warriors, I think, career under Hall of Fame coach Corey Mills, and under Desi Braden had been, on their good seasons, 75% or better.
Yeah, well.
Because you had to be above 50% to not kick extra points.
I could see the option coming this way.
2-point conversion. Podner sends Burgett in motion. Handoff up the middle. Woodruff to the end zone. It's good.
There were 2 linemen out there, number 58, that said, we are going to get this. And they put it on their back. And that was along with number 70. I'm trying to think of it. See his number.
Cole Dunleavy. It was number 70, Cole Dunleavy.
And 58, John.
And that would have been Spencer Hayescadam. And, that's one senior, Spencer Hayescadam, and then Cole Dunleavy, a junior. They plowed the road. That was a 10-play drive, 70 yards, 4 minutes and 54 seconds, taken off the clock. 2-point conversion is good. Northland Buildings touchdown by Jacob Woodruff. And now on the shoebox scoreboard, it shows the Cashton Eagles 28 and the Blackhawk Warren Warriors 22. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Melody Hawkins of Exit Professional Real Estate Monroe. Her experience in real estate takes the stress out of buying your next home, far more business. For all of your real estate needs, Melody Hawkins, Exit Professional Real Estate Monroe. And by Saunders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. 28-0 in favor of the Redbirds. And that's also on Extreme 107.1. If you want to listen to that one, watch us. X1071.com is where you can also find the Darlington versus Fenimore game. Here's the kickoff. It will be the lefty booting it away, fielding it at the 15-yard line. To the 20, to the 25, up the middle, past the 30, to about the 33-yard line. That is where Cashton will start. First and 10 at their own 33. 2:33 to play in quarter number 3.
That tackle was made by number 7, Cage.
George Stocks.
Okay. Yep. Help me straighten out the number.
Well, thanks to Wally Trout, and he remember how Wally's layout is.
Okay.
Looks all nice and pretty.
Yeah. This white, you can read this. This
right.
red on black.
Here, I'll just put this one right here in the middle of us. We both can use it. Handoff up the middle. Christensen, he will grind his way to the 35-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Dunleavy on the tackle. Yeah. We can hear it. We'll get this working, Coach. Well, not like we haven't been in a worse spots. Remember when we broadcast in Burlington at Catholic Central?
The bleachers?
Yeah, the staircase. Yeah. We've been in some tight spots broadcasting different places.
Yeah.
The roof at McKellar Park in Blanchardville.
There you go.
Oh, yes. They only gave a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 35-yard line. Handoff near side. A hole that closed quick. Oh, man. Jonathan Heller with a huge tackle at the 36-yard line. It's 3rd and long.
That was that counter again. That little trap.
And that was a huge hole that was open for the Eagles, Landon Laufenberg, but it closed quick. 3rd and 7.
There you go.
1:30 to play, quarter number 3, 28-22. Cashton's lead is 6. They're facing 3rd and 7. Butzler is underneath center. He has putbacks behind him. He's back to pass. He's got time. Now he's going to be chased. He's going to get hit, and he's down.
Yes.
It's a Sups.com sack. Let's go ahead and give it to Cole Dunleavy as he made the shoestring tackle before falling on his face was Drew Butzker, and it's a punting situation after no gain on the play. Maybe a yard on the play, so are they going to give a yard on that? Okay, so not a sack, but big tackle regardless.
You know, we talked about not being able to be warm during halftime. Is that having an effect?
Don't know. That's a boot. Inside the 20. It goes out of bounds near the 5. Let's see where they actually mark it out of bounds. But that went out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Regardless, Coach, that is a huge punt.
Yes.
Tonight's matchup being brought to you in part by the Woodford State Bank, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 6 locations in Greene, Iowa, and Lafayette counties for over 100 years. Visit them on the web or just come in and see what they can do for you. Woodford State Bank. Also presented to you by Sups.com. Fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products and a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations and at sups.com. They will mark it at the 6-yard line.
They have a lot of turning points, John. That last touchdown was one. That punt was another one.
The 2-point conversion was one. This game is teetering on the edge. Podner will hand off to the left side, trying to find some running room. The ball is loose. It's on the ground, and Cashton has it. Fumble on the play. Van Ralt was there trying to get it. He was unable to, and it will be 1st and goal. Cashton at the 5-yard line after the fumble by the Warriors inside their own 10. I did not see if it was Podner or Woodruff who it was, or if it was so far away, couldn't tell if it was just a failed exchange. Regardless, Cashton for the second time starts inside the Bi-Tech green zone. Ball will be at the 5.
Now they're in an eye.
36 seconds to play, quarter number 3. That would be a big turning point as a handoff up the middle. Christensen works his way to the 3. Gain of 3, 2nd and goal. So a fumble by the Blackhawk Warren Warriors on the first play of a drive. I think that punt, coach, you might have to look at that as a turning point because that led to the fumble that potentially could lead to a touchdown. But the Warrior defense, they can still stand too. And if they want a really good chance in this game, they're going to have to stand tall, as we will do that at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Through 3 quarters of play.
Right.
The Cashton Eagles, 28. The Blackhawk Warren Warriors, 22. Cashton looking at 2nd and goal. Coming up on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, presented to you by Gary's Pest Control Dickeyville. Saluting our local athletes, Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional friendly service. Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Goodney's Garage in Platteville have the certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Learn more at lancdent.com. Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster and Fenimore. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Well, we talked about our halftime fix presented to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. Stop in to see what they're fixing for you. And, well, Cashton, they have not really changed what they did, but the Warriors have stopped him. But then the Warriors, with the second turnover of the game inside their own 15-yard line, sets them up. Cashton looking to cash in on the Warrior mistake. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best in Fenimore. And Millie's Diner in Dickeyville, where everything is homemade. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Check out their menu and daily specials on Facebook. Happy Halloween, everyone. With Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy, I'm John Satterley. Warrior defense needs to put up a wall right now.
It isn't the mistakes you made, it's where you made the mistake.
Yes.
And they've made 2 very, very bad.
And inside the 4-yard line, it's Butler underneath center. He pitches out here to the near side, trying to stretch it toward the goal line as Christensen. He stretches. Fumble. The ball is loose. They're going to say it was dropped. It was the ground that caused the fumble at the 1-yard line. Gain of 3 will bring up a 3rd and goal. Christensen was stretching for the goal line, and the ground caused the fumble. And the ball is just shy of the goal line, inside the 1. The ball almost touching the goal line.
Right.
Going with an I formation. Christensen is the back. It'll be a quarterback keeper. Left side. He's getting toward the goal line. There's no signal. There is no signal. Now there's one signal. Touchdown, Cashton. Waited to see where the quarterback, Drew Butler, ended up, and he was able to barely squeeze through, but it still ends up as 6. 11-16 to play in quarter number 4. Is now 34-22. Cashton. Second time the Cashton Eagles have cashed in on a Warrior turnover. So now the extra point coming up. All right, if the Warriors block this, it's 2 touchdowns still with no 2-point conversions. This could get very interesting here down the line. Good snap. Hold is good. Blocked!
Yes!
Extra point is blocked.
That's a chance.
34-22. That extra
12.
Yep. 34-22 is a 12-point advantage for the Cashton Eagles. Northland Building's touchdown was 3 plays, 7 yards, and took off about 45 seconds, a minute 15. So there's where Cashton was able to eat clock as well and only have to go 7 yards. And your extra point presented to you by the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi was no good. So the Warriors need to be efficient because it's a 2-possession game now. Yeah. And you think about it, Coach, you take away those 2 touchdowns that were inside the 15-yard line, that's 13 points right now.
Right.
Take away the 13 points, it's 22-21.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So that makes it interesting.
No time for errors now.
Nope, the errors have already been made. Let's see how the Warriors respond. It'll be a kickoff to from the 13 to the 20, 25-yard line, near the 30. Bo Podner with the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors, about 70 yards to go. Cashton's sideline fired up. They are smelling upset. And 11:10 to go in the fourth quarter. They may be feeling right. We're going to mark it at the 31. Thank you for joining us on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel here this evening with Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy. I'm John Satterley, and this has been an interesting one to say the least. I have a feeling we haven't even gotten to the tip of the iceberg. 2 wideouts here to the near side. Podner has it. He will pitch it outside to the 30, 35-yard line. Cuts inside 40, 45-yard line. Nice. That's a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down on the run by the big guy, Dax Packlin. Mark him at the 46. Gain of 15, excuse me.
I was just going to tell you, I haven't heard Dak's number called for a while. And bang, gets a first down.
It's almost kind of like in TNA wrestling. Say his name, he's there. You were thinking his name, and he got the handoff. There you go. Yeah. 1st and 10 Warriors at their own 46-yard line. Quarterback keeper. He's to the 50. He's to the 45-yard line. Still on his feet near the 40-yard line. The run by Bo Podner. Another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down after the gain on the play of 14 yards. Warriors with tempo.
He is capable of taking it to the house.
Absolutely. 10:25 to play, quarter number 4. Warriors trail 34-22 here at Murphy Field in South Wayne. Split backs behind Podner, 2 wideouts far side. Handoff up the middle. There's running room. That's the big guy, Packwin, inside the 30 to the 29. Gain of 11. Another Big Iron, Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
Dax is 6 foot, 195, sophomore.
One thing, when I talked with Jared Hemmersbach before the game started, he said limit big plays, and he put multiple marks on that. The Warriors with 3 consecutive runs over 10 yards. Handoff. That will be tripped up as Woodruff inside the 30. They're going to mark him at the 27. He still fell forward for 3 yards.
Yeah. 55 kind of fell into the hole as he's going through. That's
Kalen McCracken.
Kalen McCracken. He's senior 5'7", 205.
Tick-tock, 9:40 and counting. Quarter number 4. We'll have your post-match show presented to you by Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones, plus our MVPs and more. Handoff, Woodruff. He's inside the 25. He falls to about the 23. Gain of 3, but now it's 3rd and 4.
One thing I've seen just a little bit now is their linemen are neutralizing the Warriors linemen. In other words, as the Warriors try to block down on the inside or outside veer, they are holding them up and they're jamming them in the middle.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Handoff, Woodruff. No, quarterback keeper is Bodner. He's inside the 25. He's about the 21. He will be just shy of a first down.
20-yard line.
Nearing the...
Quite enough for
it is nearing the Bitech green zone. 4th down and inches. Gain of 3.5.
jump offside.
Well, you would want Cashton to jump offside. You just don't want to jump early yourself.
There you go.
4th down and about the length of a football. Handoff up the middle, and it looks like it'll be close to a first down. Let's wait and see. They're going to say it's inside the 20 on the run by Dax Paquin. They're going to eye it up. Warriors say it's a first down.
Yeah, it's
Bob Boyle
the
lines it up. He is eyeing it up, and he is going to call for the chains. Mountain City Bank's total line of credit allows you the use of the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offers subject to approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Our post-game show at the conclusion of this contest, presented to you by Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones. We'll have our Hermson's Ace Hardware MVP. Drive of the game presented by Les Mack Automotive. Tricor Turning Point and Scrapper of the game presented by West End Salvage. They are measuring, lining it up, and they are waiting to get the sticks out. They drop it. It is a first down.
That was close.
Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, first down by the nose of the football. Warriors sideline ecstatic. Cashton side, not so much. 8:25 to play, quarter number 4. The Warriors are now inside the Bi-Tech green zone. It's the red zone, but it's a greener way. Bi-Tech Resource Management of Monroe. Hope you're enjoying this one. Blackhawk Warren trailing by 12 with 8:17 to play, quarter number 4. Everybody's shifting around now. The Warriors kind of seem to be confused, and I think timeout's going to be called by Desi Braden, yes. Coach Desi Braden says, let's call timeout. There was confusion on the field. 8:10 to play, quarter number 4, 34-22. Cashton leading Blackhawk Warren. That's tonight's game brought to you in part by Northland Buildings. For a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland, contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota Dubuque, when you are ready. Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Lancaster. Our statisticians this evening are Raina Satterley and Ryan Murphy, being joined by Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy. I'm John Satterley at his field. It's Murphy Field at Blackhawk High School in South Wayne. We resume play after the timeout by the Warriors. Podner will keep it, pitching it out to Woodruff. He's got the corner. 20, 15, 10, 5, toward the goal line. Touchdown, Warriors.
He was not denied.
Woodruff goes 20 yards. A Northland Buildings touchdown, and the Warriors pull within 6. 34-28. And now the 2-point conversion makes a touchdown a walk-off.
This is huge.
Score is now Blackhawk Warren 28, Cashton 34.
This really puts pressure on DeSoto. If they don't make it,
on Cashton, I know you got DeSoto on the mind, but Cashton. They're both nemesis of yours. That's why.
Next time I'll say Hilbert.
There you go. Really confuse everybody. See if they're paying attention. 2-point conversion upcoming for the Warriors. Podner hands off. Woodruff leans back. He is going to be denied. 2-point conversion is no good, but the Warriors have made it a one-possession game with 8:02 to play in quarter number 4. It's Cashton 34, the Blackhawk Warren Warriors 28.
Gosh, that could have been huge.
Exactly, Coach.
You know, if it was down to 6, you know, then Cashton would have been thinking about, we can't make a mistake. And when you think that, maybe you do, you know. So,
let's get some shoebox scoreboard updates. Baldwin Woodville leading Platteville 46-20. Darlington leading Fenimore, end of third quarter, 28-0. Potosi Cassville leading Johnson Creek 32-22. That is now at the end of 3 quarters of play. Again, we told you earlier, Hilbert defeated Seneca Wazika Steuben 22-20. A 2-point conversion that was stopped with 32 seconds ago, the difference in that one. And, of course, the scores we're telling you about with Potosi Cassville, Darlington, Fenham, Potosi Cassville against Johnson Creek. You can also find that on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Just like you're watching us, you can be watching those games. Darlington Fenimore is on X1071.com if you want to listen to it. That one is there. Seneca Wazika Steuben and Hilbert earlier. Rob Spangler had the call of that one. I'm John Satterley. He is Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy. And, Coach, the Warriors need to do what they've done so far this second half when they haven't turned the ball over, and that's the defense coming up huge.
Right.
The Warriors have 2 players, Van Ralt, and also a second kicker for the Warriors. And that will go back deep. It's going to be bouncing around. It's near the goal line. Picked up at the 1, to the 5. He's to the 10. He's taken down. A beautiful kickoff by Cole Dunleavy that had to be picked up at the 1-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cashton Eagles, and the ball will be near their own 10-yard line. What a special teams kick by Dunleavy. A lot to make sure where they spot it, so I tell you for sure what it is. They're going to mark it at the 11 according to the scoreboard. 7 minutes, 58 seconds of play. Quarter number 4, the Warriors are within 6, 34-28. Instant classic in the making here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cashton looking to do what they did in the first half on offense with Butzler underneath center, split backs behind him. He will hand off left side. Christensen's not going anywhere. He'll work his way to actually near the 15-yard line.
Christensen out to the 15.
So it'll be second down. Actually, they didn't mark it at the 11,
59.
so they marked it at the 12, so it's a gain of 3. Let's say a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. I'm going by where the yardsticks are.
Jonathan Heller was in on that tackle.
Second down and 7 here for the Cashton Eagles. Handing out, they're going to pitch it out to Christensen. He tries to get to the outside. He does. He's to the 20, 25 to the 30, 35 near the 40, and that's where he's taken down. Gain of 25 on the play. Sullivan Auctioneer, Big Iron Realty, first down.
Where's the end?
That seemed like just a basic run. That was a good seal block by the Eagles. It didn't look like anything flashy. He didn't have to run anybody over. He did have to avoid one tackler at the beginning, though. So, again, that was just one mistake there. Clock continues to run. 7:15 to play. Quarter number 4, Warriors trailing by 6, 34-28. Thank you for joining us on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Stick around for our post-game show presented by Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones. It will be a handoff to the first man through, trying to find running room. He'll slide his way past the 42 to near the 43-yard line. What a run by Cutler Bruggen. They're going to mark him at the 42, so a gain of 2, actually a gain of 3, second out of 7. See, there I thought it looked more like 2 yards instead of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I'm pretty much blind, so why do you trust the guy that can't see to tell you what's going on? Oh, that's right, we have a video screen now. So, say, ladies and gentlemen at home, or if you're like Tim Burke and watching the game at the Gratiot spot, you can see for yourselves right where the spot is. It kind of looks like about 3 yards. So we'll call it a gain of 3, second down and 7. It's Butzler underneath center. He hands off right side. Christensen, he will go past the 45 to about the 48-yard line. Gain of 6 will bring up a third down.
Christensen again was the ball carrier.
They're going to mark him at the 48, so it'll be a 3rd and 2.
Down and 2 from the 48-yard line.
Big play here. Of course, they're all big right now when you pass the midway point of the 4th quarter.
Right.
Cashton 34, Blackhawk Warren 28. Cashton is 7-3. The Warriors unblemished on the season. They've been in some close ones with Seneca Wazika Steuben, with Potosi Cassville. Throw going straight ahead, and let's see if they're going to say he's down first. The near side official would have him for a first down. The far side official seems like he is wobbling and not sure where he wants to mark it. Just eyeballing where the ball is. It is at midfield. The ball just past midfield. It will be a Sullivan Auctioneer Big Iron Realty first down at the midfield stripe. Needed 1 or needed 2, got 2. Big run there. Tonight's matchup brought to you in part by Applied Micro, your computer networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and AppliedMicro.biz. Cole Acres Golf and Grill, Cuba City. Find them at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. Highland State Bank of Highland and HighlandStateBank.net. WCC Custom Brands Apparel in Kieler, WCC-brands.com. calm. 1st and 10. Clock continues to move. 5:05 to play in quarter number 4. Eagles are now eating clock, waiting for the back judge to start counting. Handoff Christensen right side. Big open field tackle by Podner. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. That could have been a lot bigger play if Bo didn't make that stop.
Yeah, Podner's good at that. He's got 23 solo tackles. The only one that's ahead of him is Bryce Van Rolke, 33. So between those two boys, they can come up and make plays.
3.5 minutes have already been taken off the clock. This will be play number 7 of this drive. Warriors have to get a stop here.
Yeah, they do.
Keep in mind they have 2 timeouts remaining. They had to use one on their touchdown drive because of confusion on the line. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Handoff, Christensen left side, finds a seam inside the 45 to the 42. Gain of 6, 3rd and short. But it's within that 2 yards, Coach, and the Warrior defense has not been able to stop Cashton with under 3 yards.
No.
See, reverse broadcaster's curse. You try to do that, right?
There you go.
3rd down. 2 yards to go. Cashton eating clock. 3:50 and counting. Baldwin Woodville 54. Platteville 20 with too much time left in the 3rd. That's according to Steve Prestegard, who has the call on ESPN Radio AM 1590 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Quarterback keeper right side. 1st down yardage inside the 40 to the 38. Gain on the play to the 38-yard line. Another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down of the gain of 3. And right now, it seems as if Cashton just imposing their will. And now with 3:25 and counting, when do you start using the timeouts?
Yeah.
That's what you have to start looking at now if you're head coach Desi Braden. Because Cashton is going to eat every single second that they can.
Yeah.
Back judge is now starting to count. Cashton comes up to the line. 1st and 10. Underneath center, Butzler. He hands off first man through. Oh, and he stood up.
Yeah,
Big tackle by Jonathan Heller at the 35-yard line after the gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Again, the clock continues to go.
But you know, it's always 3 here, 4 here,
Nothing.
3 here, you know. Then they got a 1st down, but they're not making mistakes.
No, they have not. 2 turnovers for the Warriors have turned into 13 Cashton points.
Even an offside, they aren't making those mistakes.
Fundamentally, extremely sound.
All right.
2nd and 7, back judge counts. Butzler hands off right side. Christensen finds a seam inside the 30. That looks like it's going to be close to a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down with 2:14 to play in quarter number 4. And the white hat, Bob Boyle, says it is a Sullivan Auctioneer Big Iron Realty 1st down. Clock runs. We'll be coming up under 2 minutes, and the Warriors will have to use their timeouts now.
Yeah. I'd say after this handoff, take a timeout.
The Warriors absolutely have to stop them now. Plus, they're getting close to the Vitek green zone. Handoff, Christensen right side. He will work his way inside the 25 to the 23. Clock stops, 1:40 to play. Or no, it doesn't stop. Desi Braden is looking to try to stop the clock, and he tried to stop it 7 seconds ago. Coach, the Warriors lost 7 seconds on the clock.
Almost 5.
The gain of 5 on the play as well. 5-yard run. Again, Christensen's has been a beast tonight. Rosemeyer Wealth Management will design a plan specific to your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all of your questions, even if you don't know what questions to ask. Check out their website at rosemeyermg.com. Breckler Insurance Group for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Lendowski at Breckler Insurance Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. McNett Electric of Belmont. They can assist you with all of your electrical needs. Chip and the crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric, Belmont. And Russell Law Offices, local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Reeves Wealth Management, Edward Jones Postgame Show coming your way. Plus the Herms's Aids Hardware Most Valuable Player. Les Mack Drive of the Game, Tricord Turning Point, and the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. 1 minute, 35 seconds to play. 1 timeout remaining for the Warriors. Cashton with the ball on 2nd and 5. Handoff, right side Christensen. He's tackled from behind by Spencer Hayes-Scadam. Clock stops, 1:31 to play. Loss of a yard. Big tackle by Spencer Hayes-Scadam, the senior, wearing number 58. But now the Warriors are out of timeouts. 1:31 to play with 40 seconds, Coach. This is an absolute stop.
Yeah, you got it.
Our
right
game
now.
is over. First down, game is over. Cashton wins, and upset complete.
Yeah,
Warriors get the stop here. There's still a chance.
Yeah, you got to sell out on this one. Okay.
Saunders Oil Company of Warren, proud sponsor of Warrior football, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. And Melody Hawkins of Exit Professionals Real Estate Monroe. Her experience in real estate takes the stress out of buying your next home. Far more business for all of your real estate needs. Melody Hawkins, Exit Professional Real Estate Monroe. 2nd down. Or excuse me, 3rd down. 6 yards to go. No timeouts remaining for the Warriors. Cashton up 34-28. Straight eye formation, and the Warriors jump. That will not give a first down. It will be shy of the first down, but it still puts it closer. The Warriors jump offside.
That's the 2nd jump they've had. The first one resulted in a first down. And this one's going to result in a first down if they don't make a stop.
It's inside the Vitek green zone at the 19-yard line of the Warriors. 1:31 remains in the 4th quarter. The Cashton Eagles leading the Warriors 34-28. 3rd down and 1 yard to go. The ball's loose! It's loose! It's on the ground! And the Cashton Eagles will have it. Oh, there was almost that big mistake.
Yes.
And the clock continues to run. Who's on the bottom of the pile and almost came away with it? Spencer Hayes-Scadam.
Yep.
Ball back to the 21-yard line outside the Vitek green zone. This will be 4th down. 4th down and about 3 yards to go. This, you could think field goal. I think Cashton right now, they're just going to drain all the clock that they can.
And then take a time.
And then take a timeout. That was your one mistake. If the Warriors would have come up with it.
Yeah.
Oh my. Timeout called. 44 seconds remain. Score is 34-28 in favor of the Cashton Eagles. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, where you'll find local bankers making local decisions, meeting local needs. It's a banking experience you won't get anywhere else. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, member FDIC. Pecatonica Co-op Oil in South Waymart for all of your fuel needs, not only for your vehicle but for yourself as well. Quality Cenex fuel products will keep you on the go. South Waymart and Pecatonica Co-op Oil of South Wayne. From the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, Ryan Murphy, Arena Satterley, Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy, and I'm John Satterley. Thank you for joining us this evening. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. 4th down and 3 upcoming. Community Bank, First Bank for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. 4th down and 3. Season absolutely on the line here.
Yep.
Cashton underneath center is Drew Butzler. He will pitch it out to Christensen left side. He rakes the tackle. He will be shy of the first down. Clock stops, 39 seconds to go. The Warriors will get the ball. The Warriors still have a chance at a walk-off.
Down at the 19-yard line.
It was a 2-yard gain. Christensen slipped just a little bit. He tried to muscle his way. Now the Warriors need to pull off what wouldn't be short of a miracle. 39 seconds to play. Quarter number 4. Trailing 34-28. Who for the Warriors could be the hero? They have 81 yards to go. 39 seconds, no timeouts. The Warriors have to get ready to move. That drive, Coach, took over 7 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock for Cashton, even though they didn't score.
Woodruff
goes in motion, back to pass Podnar. He's got time, gets flushed to the right side. He will throw it incomplete. He was trying to get it out to Woodruff, and he looks like the ball kind of slipped out of his hands because he didn't want to throw it short, and he did have Woodruff running out. It was good coverage. On the clock shows 34 seconds.
They're running a semi-prevent. Okay. They went from a 6 to a 4, and then they dropped a couple of linebackers back into the hook area. So they're not giving up the home run is what they're doing.
Do you start thinking hook and lateral?
Well, I say, the way they're playing off their wide receivers, go with quick outs.
Yep.
Podnar
back to pass. They're going to go with the screen. Oh, it's wide open. Oh, he dropped it. Woodruff dropped it, and he had a big lane.
Three guys.
Only one Cashton player there. That could have been housed. Oh.
3rd and 10.
They had the perfect play drawn up to go to the perfect guy, and instead of watching it go into his hands,
he looked away.
It fell to the ground. 3rd down and 10, 29 seconds to play. Quarter number 4, Cashton 34. Blackhawk Warren 28. Do you go to the well again?
No, they're looking for that now. They got a linebacker sitting out there.
4 wide receivers in shotgun formation. Woodruff the lone back, one back. Going downfield. Podnar will go out. He will throw it downfield. It's caught. Try to get out of bounds. And Woodruff, he can't get out of bounds. But the clock will stop for a first down. 21 seconds to go. Warriors need to hurry up. The ball is at the 35-yard line. Gain of 16.
Spike it.
16 yards. Hurry up and spike it. They're calling for the clock. Podnar needs to spike it, and he does. 18 seconds to play.
Ball is down.
16-yard pass. I don't know. You have
seconds remaining.
You had Cashton fans saying, "Why didn't you start the clock?" Well, you have to wait in the high school ball to get the chain gang lined up. Correct?
Yeah. Right.
That is part of it. First and 10, second and 10. Excuse me. It will be 2nd and 10. What do we got, Ryan? Darlington wins 35-6 on our Shoebox scoreboard update. That game was heard on X1071.com. Here, there's 18 seconds of play. Quarter number 4, Warriors down by 6 with the ball. Going deep, Podnar gets hit. He buys another man. He will heave it downfield, and it will be incomplete. No flag on the play. Warrior Nation wanted it.
Yeah.
And right down there was Woodruff. He lost his balance, but he still almost caught it. There's 8 seconds to go.
All right.
There's 8 seconds remaining.
Coach, that play just made me think of something. What if Van Ralt had gotten into the end zone instead of the 2-yard line at the end of the first half? How is this game different, too?
There you go.
You don't want to be the coulda, woulda, shoulda, what ifs.
Right.
So many of them, but Cashton has cashed in every time they've needed to. The Warriors, they need, for lack of a better term, a miracle.
Yeah.
8 seconds to go. What more than likely will be the final play of the game. They are on their own 36-yard line. Everybody on their feet here at Murphy Field. Wideouts either way. Back to pass. Podnar. He's got blocking. He doesn't have time. He gets hit. He's down. That's the ball game. And the game is over. The Cashton Eagles upset the number 1 seed Blackhawk Warren Warriors 34-28. It is final. The upset completed by the Eagles. We will have your post-game show coming your way in just a couple of moments. That is presented to you by Reeves Wealth Management, Edward Jones. Plus, your most valuable player, presented by Hermstead Dates Hardware and Home Center. Les Mack Automotive with the drive of the game. Tri-Court Turning Point and scrapper of the game. 34-28 final. Cashton defeats the number 1 seed, Blackhawk Warren. And you watched it all right here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
What does the 50th anniversary of Title IX mean? It means I'm valued, I'm empowered, I can do anything. It means I'll pave the way for every girl who plays high school sports in the future, just like every female student, coach, official, and administrator blazed the trail for me, because every student deserves the opportunity to play. Encourage girls you know to participate in Wisconsin high school sports.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Wisconsin knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Wisconsin needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Wisconsin did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process. You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play, that my worth isn't determined by my performance, that even on my worst day, I am worthy, that you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
We are here at Murphy Field. Final score, the upset complete. The Cashton Eagles, the number 5 seed, defeat the number 1 seed and previously undefeated Blackhawk Warren Warriors 34-28. Welcome to your post-game show presented to you by Reeves Wealth Management, Edward Jones. Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy. I'm John Satterley. Let's go ahead and go with the drive of the game first. Actually, let's go with the Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. And I still have to say that fumble on the I really can't say fumble, but the kickoff.
Yeah.
That kickoff that when Cashton went up 7-6,
right.
that was not fielded by the Blackhawk Warriors,
Yeah.
and Cashton was able to cash in. I know you're sick and tired of me saying it that way, but there's the best way to put it. The Eagles cashed in 2 Warrior turnovers inside their own 15-yard line.
Right.
One was a kickoff that was not fielded, where it just almost like one of the players did not know the play on the game, or it's like, I didn't touch it, it's fine, it's a live ball on a kickoff. Right. You know, the coaches will probably take blame for that because they'll say we didn't coach them well enough to know that situation, because you know how these coaches are going to take this one hard.
Yeah.
But then a fumble as well by the Warriors inside the 10 at the 7-yard line after a punt that went inside. Special teams, the difference tonight realistically for not just the Cashton Eagles, but also for the Blackhawk Warren Warriors.
Right. The other one probably you could look at was on the last drive, okay, is that screen pass that Woody had, and there was 3 blockers in front of him, okay? And I'm not saying he could have gone all the way, but it's one of those where you see the ball and then you start looking for where you want to go. And
you're talking about with Woodruff, right there. But
that was huge.
Well, again, it was just, and again, I guess you could say I'm going to bring my mom into this, but it was always about the little things with her before she passed. But that was the same thing with tonight. Cashton did the little things right, and the Warriors, what didn't seem to be a big thing, turned it, they were little things, but they added up to a 34-28 loss.
Yeah.
Again, 2 yards shy of a touchdown at the end of the first half. And they finally were able to get things clicking like, all right, they're going to get in. Nope, they're 2 yards short. Then you also had that, what you're talking about with Woodruff right here, just the grab it and go. He had all the blocking. He probably could have housed it. And if he didn't, he was going to make it very close.
Yeah, he had 3 horses in front of him.
You had that. Just different plays, also too, and that's where you give credit to the Eagles. This isn't just about failures by the Warriors. This was just success by the Cashton Eagles, where you had their line that was able to help get Jack Christensen, Owen Van Ruden, and Drew Butzler. Also, too, can't forget Cutler Bruggen as well. Those guys were able to get 3 yards every time they touched the ball, so the Warriors' defense could not get off the field.
I know. I hear you. And what are you going to do when you're at this stage of the playoffs?
How do you respond?
It's built on not making mistakes or keeping mistakes to a minimum, and the Warriors haven't been able to do that really all year. They've either had a penalty, offside, holding, etc. And same thing here is they had some contingents of penalties that hurt them.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can have a penalty, an offside penalty, but it'll be out in the middle of the field. But when it's down inside the 20, that hurts more.
Absolutely.
Or a fumble,
Absolutely.
So, that's what happened.
Well, let's take a look at that was our Tricor Turning Point, presented by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. Let's go drive of the game here, Coach. Presented to you by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster, whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford. You can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les Mack, you always get more from less. We could look at very impressive drives. The Warriors had a 10-play drive to go 70 yards, to pull within close range. 45, 6-play, 70-yard drive was impressive by Cashton. I have to give, and I'll let you make the final call on it, but I actually think the drive of the game is one they didn't score, and that was Cashton's final drive of the game, because they kept on eating clock. They kept on getting first downs. They went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14-play drive. Ended up in no points, but it ate off 7 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah.
It sealed the Warriors' fate. They couldn't get the offense back on the field.
That's it.
And that was Cashton's offense. I think that personally is the drive of the game.
Where did that drive start?
At the 11.
That down, and then
because it was a kickoff, and it was down near the 1. So hey, the Warriors got a shot on this.
Yes. And then I think it was Christensen made one heck of a run.
Yes, he did.
Over on their left
Absolutely.
side. So that could have been a play of the game too, John.
Yep.
I mean, when you win a game like this, this close, there could be several plays of the game, and that's not unusual.
Right.
Because if you're going to win a big game, you're going to have to come up with some plays.
Big plays.
And that they did. So, they deserved it, even though the Warriors, maybe outgained them and did some things better, but they made the critical mistakes that cost them the game.
That it did. Those are your drives of the game, presented to you by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster. Let's go with Scrapper of the Game, presented to you by West End Salvage. Scrapper of the Game, it's the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. I think in a situation like this, I think we can go one per each team, realistically. I think when you go for Scrapper of the Game, I think I'd have to go with Cutler Bruggen. I mean, looking at him, because when the Cashton Eagles needed a big play, he was the scrappy one. You knew that Jack Christensen was going to get it, but when they needed the big play, they trusted a sophomore, 5'11", 190, and Cutler Bruggen to get a first. I felt to get a first down. He was able to get a 3-yard run.
Right.
It wasn't flashy, but he also had that 45-yard touchdown pass. He went under the radar because everybody was keying on Jack Christensen.
Right.
He was just there, but he did the little things right, and that's why I think he's the scrapper of the game for Cashton.
Yeah, that's a good call, John.
And if you go for the Warriors, the scrapper of the game, I would almost say Dax Paquin.
The quarterback.
No, the running back.
Running back.
Secondary running back, because you have that scrapper of the game. When he came in, he came up big. When he came in too, didn't have often to shine because you had Woodruff and Podner getting the ball all the time.
Right,
and again, that's the way the offense is built. But when his number came up, he made sure it was impactful.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be looking ahead to next year, you remember his last game.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Those are scrappers of the game, presented to you by West End Salvage. The players whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. We'll hold off on our most valuable player in just a moment. Let's take a look at our final stats, presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting. Arena El Satterley CPA. Offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. Go online, DodgevilleTax.com, for more information, as you have the best of the best of Iowa County, the reigning and defending. 356 yards of total offense for Blackhawk Warren, 274 for Cashton. Again, this is where the great Vince Lombardi said stats are for losers. And, well, if you look at the stat sheet, this game is not this close. The stats for Cashton, 208 yards rushing, 66 yards passing. They didn't have any passing yards second half. Think about that, Coach. Here's Jack Christensen. He's definitely our most valuable player. We'll get to him in just a moment. 28 carries, 151 yards.
Okay.
Then you had Drew Butzler. He had 10 carries, 29 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was the man. He called his own number at the goal line, and you know what? He was not to be denied. 40% of the time he touched the ball, he was in the end zone. Then you had 6 carries for 14 yards for our scrapper of the game, Cutler Bruggen. Then you had 2 carries, 10 yards for Landon Laufenberg, 1 carry, 3 yards for Brady Wells, 1 carry for 1 yard for Owen Von Ruden. 3 of 6 passing, 66 yards and a touchdown for Drew Butzler. 2 receptions, 60 yards and 1 touchdown for Cutler Bruggen. 1 reception, 6 yards for Jack Christensen. 2 punts this evening, both in the second half. 4 of 5 on the extra point attempts. Third down, here's some big numbers. 75% on third down percentage, 8 of 12. Fourth down, 50% 1 of 2. The only one they didn't get was at the end of the game when they had already gone down the field and they were able to wrap things up.
Okay.
Time of starting field position 2 is another big play. 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line. So again, you do not give good teams only half a field to work with.
Yeah.
2 penalties, 25 yards tonight. 3 fumbles recovered. The Warriors had 2 fumbles lost, which we have been talking about this evening. Time of possession, 27 minutes and 48 seconds. The Warriors, 20 minutes and 12 seconds. So time of possession, 7 minutes toward the Cashton Eagles. For the Warriors, 309 yards on the ground, 69 yards through the air. Excuse me on that. Leading rusher, Jacob Woodruff, he had 19 carries, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Dax Paquin had 6 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Bo Podner had 11 carries, 86 yards. You had a legitimate three-headed monster where 3 of them almost went over 100 yards on the ground. Then you had passing. Bo Podner was 3 of 10 passing, 69 yards. He was sacked twice, including 1 to end the game. Jacob Woodruff had 1 reception, 21 yards. Bryce Van Ralt had 1 reception for 26 yards, and I think we missed 1. And I'll see if I can find that other reception as well. Oh, that was, I think we had Van Ralts from the first half. Woodruff's in the second half. I'm trying to think there toward the end if I missed a 16-yard pass, and I didn't write down who it was. So that one's on me. I'm sorry. I did not. Again, the chaos of the last couple of minutes. You kind of missed that one.
Right.
The Warriors only punted the ball 1 time.
Okay.
1 time all night, and that was a beautiful punt that went inside the 10-yard line. Return, then you had 2-point conversions, 50%, 2 of 4. So again, nothing you could argue with. Third down conversions, 67%, 6 of 9. The Warriors were 1 of 1 on 4th downs.
Okay.
Then you had 5 penalties, 35 yards. I mean, again, penalties at times were more than the amount of penalties. Their own starting field position, their own 24-yard line. Here's where it hurts. 2 fumbles lost inside their own 15-yard line and 13 points off of turnovers by the Cashton Eagles. That legitimately is the difference in this game, in my opinion, due to the nature of both teams being so similar, both aggressive, and both extremely talented.
Oh, another thing that was big was the punt by Christensen that angled out of bounds.
And went about the 6-yard line,
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, instead of starting on your 20, you're starting with your back and from the goal line. So,
absolutely. So the total, I mean, you look at the stats. The Warriors didn't do anything wrong statistically. They had it, but again, those 2 turnovers that ended up in 13 points, truly the difference. Let's talk about our most valuable players. Presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center Bloomington. Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. If you go with the Warriors, I think it's very difficult. We were talking about the 3-headed monster, but we'd say Bo Podner and Jacob Woodruff we're calling them a lot. They were definitely team MVPs in my opinion. For the Blackhawk Warren Warriors. And the reason I say it that way, too, is because you look at most valuable players, Jack Christensen, he has to be, the MVP for the Cashton Eagles.
He never really had a mistake.
But you look at Drew Butzler, too, the quarterback, he was able to manage those drives and know when to call his own number and when to hand the ball off to Christensen or when to throw that screen, just the little things that they both did right. And I think this is where you have to look at, it's too hard to just say, well, yep, this young man deserves it over this young man. Why not give them both to him?
Right. Yeah, why not? Who says? You have, and,
When have I ever done anything by the book anyway?
Right, and if you ask Woodruff, missing that screen pass, he says, I probably don't deserve to be MVP because he had potential to go all the way.
Absolutely.
But, those things can happen. Okay.
And he will live with that, for a little bit of time. He's young. He'll be able to, I don't want to say get over it, but he'll be able to move on from it.
Right.
But right away, that's one that will probably eat at him for a little bit.
And he'll remember the 1,200 yards he had this year too.
Absolutely.
I know. It's a tough call.
Let's go. So those are our most valuable plays presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington. Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington, and Platteville. As we wrap things up, let's go with the Shoebox scoreboard update. Well, we know Cashton's opponent. It's going to be Potosi Cassville. They defeated Johnson Creek 48-28. So I think that loss to the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, I don't know, might have slightly ticked off a few people in Potosi and Cassville, and that might be the team to beat now. You don't know, but I mean they seem to have hit another gear. Johnson Creek was no slouch.
No, but
now they get to host. Think about that. Potosi Cassville now gets to host. They did not think they would be hosting as a number 3 seed, and Cashton's a 5. Now Potosi Cassville gets to host on next Friday night. And who knows, Coach? Would you be up to seeing Cashton again against Potosi Cassville?
That's a long ride.
I know. I'm throwing it out there. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know where they're going to send me, but I think even just to watch that one would be fun. You know, because, again, similar styles. It would almost be like watching the Warriors against Potosi Cassville.
Right. Yeah, because I really thought Cashton was like a River Ridge.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, they're good. I mean, if they play like they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And with the loss, the Warriors fall to 10-1 on the season. Again, a conference championship, but there's nothing to sneeze at. You know, a conference championship.
Not
would love to
league.
would love to have had longer playoff run, but ending the season 10-1, it hurts now, but down the line it'll be like, that was a great season that we had. And let's honor the seniors that played their final game in the black and red and orange. You had Ty Coppervig, Shane Wand, Jackson Burgett, Jacob Woodruff, Justin Patton, Bryce Van Ralt, Dax Paquin, he's a sophomore, my apologies, Riley Borquin, he was wearing number 50, Trevin Ladow, Spencer Hay Scadam. Those are your 9 seniors for the Blackhawk Warren Warriors, and if you notice, there's a lot of names coming back.
Yeah, there's some.
Again, there will be, a lot of people outside the program did not have high expectations for this Blackhawk Warren football team, and they went undefeated during the regular season. Right now, I think it's no different than when you were head coach or Corey Mills was head coach. Don't underestimate Desi Braden and the coaching staff for what they can build and what kind of a powerhouse program this is that just continues to churn out winners after winners.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. And, Coach, as we always do, I think it's time for you to have the final word on what you saw tonight and what you've seen so far in this football playoffs and maybe just football season, not just this level, but any level. It seems like if anything can happen, it has.
Yeah. I saw something great. I saw something disappointing. It had 2 degrees of feelings for me, to see the way they lost, but how they could have won and how they won throughout the year. So I appreciated watching them. They fine young men, and I'm sure they feel bad with the loss.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I would hope they feel bad with the loss. Okay. And I hope they send a message to the younger kids coming up. That's important that the graduating seniors send a message that it means something.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, Coach, it's meant absolutely everything to me, getting a chance to broadcast with you again. Here we are on another platform. You and I broadcasting games together since 2007, and now here doing a couple of games in 2025. The Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, something that we talked about for over a decade of trying to get to this level. And here we're doing it, and for the first time I'm YouTube only. It wouldn't be right if I wasn't doing the broadcast without you and Ryan.
Okay, I appreciate that, John, you saying that. And I appreciate, with you, because I always felt that you did not ramble when you announced. You always sounded like you knew what you were doing and where you were headed, okay? And I hope you follow up, on this. This may be an important career thing for you, okay?
Absolutely, Coach, and I wouldn't be able to get here without you.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, because you're still coaching me. At 44, you're still coaching me.
Well, you're still your own man,
But you still need coaching. Just because you graduate from high school or college or the pros, you still need coaching, and you've been right there to coach me for many, many years.
Well, I just hope, for the best for you, okay?
And we'll definitely do this again.
Okay.
We'll definitely do that again. And who knows, maybe it might be next week. I guess we'll have to see where the Cards play.
Right.
I'd like to say thank you to R.J. Osterhaus, our sports director, for putting us together on this one and say, hey, get a hold of Coach Murphy, see if he's bored. And I figured he might be here anyway, so I was like, hey, let's throw some headsets on you and do that, of course. So thank you to Johnny Page for everything back at the stations.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'd like to say thank you again to Ryan Murphy for being here, to my lovely wife, Arena, for keeping stats.
Okay.
And again, this has been our team. For those of you watching on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, this has been our team for over 10 years with South 78 Radio. Now we get a chance to show you what we've done over the last 10 plus years, internet only, and just bring that love and joy of sports, of the game of football to you. Just unbridled, full passion, and unapologetic for the way it's brought to you, with emotion, with the highs of the highs and the lowest of the lows, but knowing you're going to get a real broadcast with real people that really care about 14 to 18-year-old young men who are going out there and learning something.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's so much fun. Well, Coach, I think it's time to head her on home. I know you get to go back to Darlington. The Redbirds, they got to win tonight. Platteville fell 61-27.
Right.
Again, Potosi, Cassville 148-28. It looked like New Glarus was winning too, if I saw correctly on that one. So New Glarus beating Racine Lutheran. That's a big one, to knock off another private school that people like to talk about. Also, it looked like North Crawford lost this evening in 8-man football, too, to a number 1 seed by quite a lot.
Okay.
Good to see you, Coach.
Sounds good. See you, Corey.
So for Ryan Murphy, for Arena Satterley, and for Hall of Fame coach Dennis Murphy, I'm John Satterley. The preceding has been a presentation of Queen Bee Radio Sports on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please, drive home safely and have a great evening, everyone.